Good morning, and thank you so much for choosing us. This is Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 Television. We're coming to you from our studios here at number 5 Owula Hansen Lane here in Tesano, Accra. And my name is Nana Tufo Boateng. Today promises to be exciting. There's a lot coming up on the show, and so please stay with us. But don't forget that the show is interactive. We'd like to hear from you. Send us your thoughts, your comments, and your contributions. Help us with the discussions we'll be doing. And of course, you are welcome to bring your perspectives to the conversations that we will be having. It promises to be a good show. Philip and Chris Carter will be joining me later, and I'll also be feeding you with some information regarding what is happening around your community and of course around the world. Now, there's a growing concern which bothers me a lot. It appears to be some level of insecurity in the country. We saw that of Teshi. Just over the weekend, we've seen the Anya Sotuom area, a festival that is supposed to unite us, to bring us together, to foster growth and unity as a people. It's leading to clashes where lives are being lost. In Anya Sotuom, we understand two rival chiefs or so. There was an altercation that led to an exchange of gunfire. 3 human lives have been lost. Now, if you ask me, that's quite disturbing. That's troubling, because it's a festival that's supposed to bring us together. We're supposed to unite and foster or to forge ahead in unity. But if we are celebrating a festival and we are fighting, exchanging gunfire, killing each other, it really bothers me a lot. And I pray that the authorities, in fact, the police, will step in as soon as possible. Measures need to be put in place to, increase visibility and, of course, police community engagement to help forestall some of these things. The IGP, we understand, went up north because even there as well, there was an issue within the Solar Bole area, and it's just disturbing. We need to work at it. We need to do better as a people. So this level of insecurity that appears to be growing within the country, it needs to be dealt with. It needs to be nipped in the bud. We pray that the Inspector General of Police will put his ears to the ground, pick up information even before some of these altercations happen. I'm sure the police can work closely with the NIB and do some intelligence gathering to forestall some of these things. We cannot continue to lose lives in the manner in which we're losing them. These are Ghanaian lives, promising Ghanaian lives that have been lost, unfortunately, to such incidents as we're seeing or witnessing. And it needs to be addressed as soon as possible. All right. Like I said, the show is interactive. Send us your thoughts, your comments, and contributions. Let us know what you think about the conversations that we will be having. The WhatsApp number will be on your screens. We're live on socials. Join us there on Facebook. We're live on YouTube, on X. Join us there. My handle on X is @Nana24B. Go follow, tweet at me, drop a comment there as well. But let me tell you about the This Is Ghana exhibition, which is happening on the 6th and 7th of September 2025 here in Accra. It's happening at the Efua Sutherland Children's Park, 10 a.m. each day. It's a 2-day event that seeks to showcase Ghana's export potential to the rest of the world. So we have Ghanaians working a lot of magic in different spaces: industry, academia, technology, science, manufacturing, services, food and beverages, assembling, just name it. They are all going to be there at the This Is Ghana exhibition, and it promises to be informative. There's a wide array of goods that are being produced in this country by Ghanaians that will wow you. It will just blow your mind. So from your cosmetics, your consumables, your food and beverages, fashion, toiletries, just name it. Everything, agriculture, everything is going to be there on display. So be part of the This Is Ghana exhibition. For those looking to participate or to exhibit, like I said, the clock is ticking really fast for you. You need to place that call now. 0205 973 973. 0205 973 973. Make that call and be part of the This Is Ghana exhibition, Please, when you call, do well to follow up with your payments. All right, so you can secure a slot at the This Is Ghana exhibition, which is, of course, brought to you by Channel One TV with support from 97.3 City FM, and is proudly sponsored by MTN, Side Hustle by EK Brand Consult, Eco Bank, Ghana Enterprises Agency, the Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Exim Bank, FVV Rice, and we are supported by Twelum Industrial Company and Built Financial Technologies. I want to say thank you to all our sponsors. We're grateful to you, and all the sponsors are also going to be there at the exhibition, so you're going to see and experience the sponsors as well. So please come. For you and I, the patrons, it's absolutely free. No gate fee, no ticketing, nothing of the sort. Just come. Let's all meet at the Afua Sutherland Children's Park here in Accra, and let's appreciate what indigenous Ghanaian businesses, local SMEs, startups, corporate bodies, local innovations are doing to help put Ghana on the map. So come join us on the 6th and 7th of September 2025, 10 a.m. each day at the Afua Sutherland Children's Park here in Accra. Now, did you know that you could actually have the news in your palm? I'll show you a simple way. Go onto the Google Play Store, look for the Channel One News app and download the app. That's how you can literally have the news in your palm. Once you download the Channel One News app, you have access to all the news that we put up on our web portals. All the information, the current affairs, your politics, sports, showbiz, entertainment, lifestyle, business news, all available right there on the Channel One News app. So go and download it and thank me later. It's quite easy, quite simple to use. It's user-friendly. You shouldn't go through any stress using the Channel One News app. So for those on the Androids, go to the Google Play Store, download the Channel One News app, and have all the relevant information that you could ever come across. Now, the newspapers are here. Let's get into the front pages of the various newspapers. End of adventurous journey. Edward Nuruddin Kobna Ebokwansa says goodbye to the pen. End of an adventurous journey. Edward Nuruddin Kobna Ebokwansa says goodbye to the pen. Amakofi Bua writes to AG for formal revocation of LI 2462. Amakofi Bua writes to AG for formal revocation of LI 2462. IGP's Galamsey task force still in operation. IGP's Galamsey task force still in operation. Right. You have some pictures of Mr. Bukwansa's funeral on the back page. But let me bring you the scripture for today. 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 7. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. 2 Timothy 4, 7. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. May the Lord add his blessings to the reading of his word. So that's the Chronicle newspaper this morning. I'll take you to the Daily Guide. Front page of the Daily Guide says, who leads NPP? Race for flag bearer begins. And you have pictures of Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, Kennedy Ejapong, Dr. Yawose Educhum, Dr. Brian Echampong, and Kwabna Ejay Ejapong. All right, let's get into some other stories. NIA chairman praises Margins ID Group over Ghana card. NIA chairman praises Margins ID Group over Ghana card. Oti region records 22,000 typhoid cases. And then you have the disturbing one I was speaking to. Sotom Homo shooting. Chief's son, 3 others killed, several injured. I don't know why we still engage in some of these things, but hopefully the police and other authorities are able to step in. Sotom Homo shooting. Chief's son, 3 others killed, several injured. Then the other one is Gbiniyiri conflict death toll rises to 18. I mean, how? Why? It's I don't know. Gbiniyiri conflict death toll rises to 18. Okay, that's the daily guide. I'll bring you the Herald. Herald says, cronyism, private profit, motive and politics want 97 million cedis NSS tech killed. 150,000 personnel stranded. Mahama's 6-week basic military orientation program hits. Cronyism, private profit, motive and politics want 97 million cedis NSS tech killed, 150,000 personnel stranded. Mahama's 6-week basic military orientation program hits. Then you have Mahama bans officials from junketing to New York without clearance, threatens strict sanctions. Akwatia to choose between lawyer and his Galamsey client tomorrow. Galamsey in quotes. Akwatia to choose between lawyer and his Galamsey client tomorrow. Voltaire Basin, Ghana's next petroleum frontier, set for 2026 drilling. Voltaire Basin, Ghana's next petroleum frontier, set for 2026 drilling. And then you have Kevin Ochery declines UK court summons in $29 million fraud allegation. Wow. Kevin Ochery declines UK court summons in $29 million fraud allegation. That's the Herald newspaper. The News Center says, margins builds global model by pioneering Ghana card into world-class identity system. That's according to the board chair of the National Identification Authority. Moses Afechi, positive. ICOM's upgrade to be completed by third quarter. That's according to Ghana Link. You have, I offer leadership built on values. That's according to Dr. Mahamudu Baumia. 5 dead in violent clashes at Teshi and Sotuom Homo festivals. Like I was saying, festival that's supposed to bring us together is leading to death. I understand there were some deaths in Teshi and then 3 in Sotuom, Anya Sotuom. Right, so that's the front page of the News Center. A few other stories on the back page as well. So go grab a copy and you can get the details in there. Now let me jump to the Inquisitor real quick. Saving cash, UN trip restricted. Saving cash, UN trip restricted. That's the Inquisitor newspaper. CID boss makes history at Africa Interpol Committee. CID boss makes history at Africa Interpol Committee. Congratulations to her. That's COP Lydia Yako Donko. Congratulations to her. Ghana Link assures of ICOM's performance enhancements. Ghana Link assures of ICOM's performance enhancements. NDC to arrest Akwatia attackers. NDC to arrest Akwatia attackers. We are ready for Asanko Gold soldiers. Tontokrom residents declare. We are ready for Asanko Gold soldiers. Tontokrom residents declare. There's another issue that should be dealt with. The ongoing impasse between Asanko Gold and the residents of Tontokrom is gaining very alarming grounds, and it should be dealt with as soon as possible. Then you have a feature coming up, the Brian Champon and the late David Walenkaki story, and who saved Brian at the time. So that's the Inquisitor newspaper. Let's get into the New Publisher. The New Publisher says, Gamanche speaks in Accra. We say, Obake. calls for respect for Ga people as custodians of the capital. Then you have COP Lydia Donko joins Interpol Africa Committee. Then you have 6 killed over Homo war, quickly sprinkling. Okay, so that's the new publisher. Let's get into the Informer. Informer says, emulate Mahama's respect for term limits. African leaders urged. Then you have Akwatia by-election. Military won't be deployed. Police assures. GBC boils as workers accuse DG of malpractices, neglect of staff welfare. Towards ensuring clean environment, Jospon, Comtech train waste managers. Then you have the MPP standard bearer race. Awuku Afenyomakin call for decent campaign. And finally, from the Informer, you have NLA devices strategy to curb illegal lotto operation. So that's the Informer newspaper. The Custodian, wow, it's a lot of faces. A lot of faces on the front page of the Custodian, man. 2028 presidential race, NPP gurus, supporters endorse Bawumia. 2028 presidential race, NPP gurus and supporters endorse Bawumia. We have GPCL declares war on fake gazettes. GPCL declares war on fake gazettes. So that's the Custodian. Now let's get into some business stories. I'll start off with the Economy Times. Economy Times says BOG announces intention to license, regulate digital credit services. BOG announces intention to license, regulate digital credit services. NIBF framework roadmap. BOG commended for stakeholders' engagement. That's the non-interest banking and finance. NIBF framework roadmap. BOG commended for stakeholders' engagement. Africa's energy stakeholders urged to act decisively for the future, as $500 billion is needed to close energy poverty gap. That's the Economy Times. Let's get into the BNFT. Business and Financial Times. BOG puts digital credit services under regulation to boost financial inclusion. BOG puts digital credit services under regulation to boost financial inclusion. Engineer Osman Abudu appointed MD and CEO of Sunu Assurances. 9.2 million cedis paid daily in insurance claims. 9.2 million cedis paid daily in insurance claims. You have Margins ID Group's commitment makes Ghana Card a global model. That's according to the chairman of the NIA, the chairman of the National Identification Authority. So those are your newspapers for today. Let's go online. I'll take you to Channel One News Online at channel1newsonline.com. Homo, police probe deadly clashes in Sotum and Anya. Police probe deadly clashes in Sotum and Anya. Akwatia by-election. NDC's Bediako snobbish, disrespectful. That's according to the NPP. Still on Akwatia by-election, we won't recognize maxed police officers. NPP warns. Okay. Akwatia by-election will prove if politicians are serious about ending violence. That's Sempua speaking there. Nursing trainee admission fees reduced by 50%. Nursing trainee admission fees reduced by 50%. Okay, so some good news for prospecting or prospective nursing students. The admission fee has been reduced by 50%. 99 double-track SHSs restored to single-track. Stalled E-blocks revisited. 99 double-track SHSs restored to single-track. Stalled E-blocks revisited. Then moving on, you have 3 killed, 4 injured as violence rocks Homo war celebration at Sotum and Anya. 3 killed, 4 injured as violence rocks Homo war celebration at Sotum and Anya. Now when we go back to Akwatia, it says 5,500 officers deployed for protection, not intimidation. Police launch community assurance patrols ahead of Akwatia by-election. Police launch community assurance patrols ahead of Akwatia by-election. Mahama intervenes to calm renewed Gonja Brifo tensions in Sola Boli. Mahama intervenes to calm renewed Gonja and Brifo tensions in Sola Boli. Peace Council meets NDC NPP September 1 ahead of Akwatia by-election. You have development not guaranteed with ruling party victory. Okoboy warns Akwatia voters. And you have government must walk the talk on LI 2462 repeal. That's according to Arocha, Ghana. All right, let's jump to citynewsroom.com. citynewsroom.com. Police investigate deadly clashes at Homo Festival in Sotum and Anya. Police investigate deadly clashes at Homo Festival in Sotum and Anya. SOE's revenue hits 133.7 billion cedis despite mounting losses. Wow. SOE's revenue hit 133.7 billion Ghana cedis despite mounting losses. That's according to a report. Now you have Atufosin. Expensive loans driving up Africa's debt servicing cost. As the finance minister, Dr. Kessiel Atufosin, speaking there, he says expensive loans driving up Africa's debt servicing cost. IGP engages special operations team in Damongo, reaffirms peace in Boli. Galamsey fight. Revocation of LI 2462, a positive step. That's according to the Media Coalition Against Illegal Mining. Akwatia by-election. NPP raises alarm over infiltration by fake police officers. NPP raises alarm over infiltration by fake police officers. Still on Akwatia by-election, we are unfazed by Global Info Analytics poll. That's Salam Mustafa, the MPP's youth organizer, speaking there. No fee stress, nursing trainee admission fees slashed by 50%. When you go to the Upper East region, Shiaga community demands development fund from mining companies. NDC holds final rally at Buedria ahead of Tuesday's by-election. And 12 cleared to contest Tamale Central NDC primaries on September 6. All right, so go online, citynewsroom.com, channel1newsonline.com. And you can have all these stories, the details thereof, as well as several others. Download the Channel 1 News app from the Google Play Store and have access to the news literally in your palm, on the go. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 TV. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Looking for a one-stop shopping destination for all things made in Ghana? Eager to experience a remarkable fair that showcases the richness, creativity, and innovation behind Ghanaian products and services? Then get ready for the This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. The This is Ghana Exhibition highlights the brilliance of Ghanaian entrepreneurs, artisans, and businesses who continue to shape the narrative of homegrown excellence. This is Ghana's biggest trade fair and exhibition, bringing together SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing sectors, indigenous corporate bodies, and local creatives in one exciting space. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. Come explore, engage, and be inspired by the businesses and brands that are redefining made in Ghana across every sector. Get ready to be thrilled by live performances from Kwampa and the electrifying Inchin Band, adding music, rhythm, and culture to the celebration. The dates: Saturday the 6th and Sunday the 7th of September 2025. Time is 10 a.m. through till 5 p.m. each day. The venue is the A4 Sutherland Children's Park. For inquiries or participation details, call us on 0205 973 973. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM and is proudly sponsored by MTN, EcoBank, Side Hustle by EK Brand Consult, Ghana Enterprises Agency, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Exim Bank, and AVV Rise, and is supported by Twillium Industrial Company Limited and Built Financial Technologies.
Nation full of questions, where truth often hides behind noise, one show dares to ask what truly matters face to face. With fearless clarity and a quest for accountability, host Umarusanda Amadou sits down with the movers and shakers of politics, governance, society, and business, confronting the issues that define our national conversation.
The party itself has said that whenever you are in opposition, you should choose flag bearers early.
So what you are trying to tell me is that you want somebody who is going out to come and select a leader for you. So the next person will come and say, but I didn't select him.
Direct victim of attack, violent attack.
Where and when?
The first one happened in Parliament. I was pregnant.
Now, for me, it was legitimized by a radio or TV station giving her a position to work.
So for you, take issue with GH1 and what and giving her the platform.
That is where the minority is. We are on them. We've asked questions.
President Mahama would be a mean president if he prioritized only his children and DCP. He needs to demonstrate a Ghanaian government.
Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umarusanda Amadou on Face to Face as he digs deeper, challenges power, and reveals the stories shaping Ghana's future. Only on Channel 1 TV.
In a world filled with challenges, we all need guidance, hope, and a lifeline to anchor us.
This is Lifeline, and I'm your host, Fred Crunchy Mensa.
From social issues, relationship challenges, and family matters, Lifeline is here to inspire, uplift, and guide you on your journey.
Where we give you support, where we hold your hand through the valley and through the thick and thins of life.
Join Bishop Fred Crunchy Mensa.
I welcome you especially to Lifeline.
Every Tuesday and Thursday, 10 p.m., right here on Channel 1 TV. Let's walk this path together, strengthen our faith, our families, and our lives. Lifeline, because every soul deserves a guiding light. Tune in to Lifeline on Channel 1 TV and let's grow together.
Welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 TV. It's time for the news review segment. We're going to have a conversation regarding some topical issues. We want you to join us, and you can do so via our socials. We're live on YouTube, live on Facebook, tweet at us on X, and let's get the conversation going. You can send in your messages to or via the WhatsApp number on your screens as well. The Akwatia by-election is just a day away. September 2 is the scheduled date for the polls. The political parties are wrapping up their campaigns. The Ghana Police Service has deployed over 5,000 men into the constituency. We are here in the studio and we will be having a conversation about the same. Dr. Palgrave Boache Dankwa, a member of the New Patriotic Party, is here. Doc, good morning.
Good morning.
Always good to see you.
It's always a pleasure to be here.
Right. Elvis Dakun, my own boss, is also here. He's the editor of the New Center newspaper, newscenter.com. Good morning, Elvis.
Good morning, Anna.
All right, so let's go straight to Akwatia. Now, the update we have is that the National Peace Council will be meeting the political parties today, as well as the police, all in a bid to ensure a smooth and peaceful election tomorrow, which is the D-Day for the by-election. Mind you, we will be bringing you live coverage of the election right here on Channel 1 TV, as well as 97.3 City FM. So this is this is where you need to stay and follow through the entire electoral process. But let me come back in studio and find out for you, Doc. The parties are wrapping up. Preparations done. The weekend we saw a number of campaigning activities going on. But how crucial is this meeting with the National Peace Council and the police service going forward, especially with Ablekuma North still on our minds?
And a very good morning to you and a very good morning to your listeners, and to say that this is the day that the Lord has made and we will rejoice and be glad in it.
Amen.
It's the 1st of September.
Yeah.
And so a very new month to everyone. And to state that the National Peace Council clearly has a role to play in electioneering and ensuring that all elections are held in a peaceful manner. So it's important for them to hold those conversations with all political actors. It's not a waste of time at all, because then it reminds people that the essence of electioneering is to ensure that you have someone who can represent your constituents in parliament, and it must be a peaceful, extremely peaceful, extremely violent-free. And if indeed we say that we are a country of peace, this election must be another litmus test, such that we don't have incidents that we had in Ablekuma North, which was clearly unfortunate. And I'm aware that some investigations are ongoing. It will be good to keep a very close eye on those investigations and see the turnout of that. I've seen that for us as a political party, we've been in the Akwatia constituency. We were there all throughout of yesterday to campaign and remind the constituents of the very hard work that my very good friend and brother Ernest Kumi had done, and his short stay in Parliament, and the continuity of that we plead with the constituents that the better way of remembering Ernest Kumi and giving him a lasting legacy is to ensure that Solomon becomes the next MP in Akwatia constituency.
Sympathy votes?
Well, not necessarily sympathy votes, but really the evidence of the fact that the December 2024 general election was for the New Patriotic Party. And you are aware how we had been in court well over 6 months until it was finally declared about 3 weeks ago, before Ernest suddenly died. And so for me, it's a clear indication that they should give the seat back to the New Patriotic Party, as they did in the December 2024 general election. That has not changed. And so we've been campaigning across the towns, across the communities, across the villages, and we're asking all of them to come out in their numbers. We have seen that the Ghana Police Service has deployed a large number of police personnel in one by-election. It tells you the level of threats that the police might have received, or even the level of intelligence that they might have received, for which reason they have to deploy these large numbers of police personnel in one by-election.
But the history of the constituency as well.
I mean, the history is critically important, but we would want to pray that this becomes an incident-free by-election. I mean, I shudder to think that it's not important for anyone to die. It's irrelevant for one person to die because you want to represent your people in Parliament. I mean, that shouldn't happen at all. So would ask the police to be extremely professional in the discharge of their duties. We'll ask the Electoral Commission as well to be extremely professional in the discharge of their duties, and would entreat all constituents really that they shouldn't be intimidated whatsoever by the high-level presence of the police personnel, but also to ensure that the police personnel are there to ensure their safety and security, utmost security. Everyone should be able to exercise their democratic rights and franchise. I think that as a political party, the New Patriotic Party has stated that it will be clear for the police to come out unmasked, because you are aware that every now and then you have masked security personnel that you are not too sure whether they are party vigilante groups, even though that has been banned, or you're not too sure if there are other groups that are coming in to cause mayhem. But the police, I trust the Ghana Police Service, I trust the Electoral Commission, and I trust our political party that would ensure that this becomes an incident-free by-election.
Right. Elvis, Akwatia is tomorrow. Police deployment, meetings with the Peace Council and all, and the concerns by the MPP regarding the deployment and fear of intimidation.
Oh, thank you. Good morning to all our cherished viewers. You know, tomorrow, September 2nd, will be 1 year when I started the New Center newspaper.
Oh, wow.
And we started printing it officially.
Wow. Congratulations.
So tomorrow will be 1 year
Congratulations.
in print.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
It will be 1 year in print tomorrow. And we've done 130, today's one is 133 third copy.
Wow.
So 133 copies, because we do Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Great
I
stuff.
think Akwatia, by its own history, we all know what Akwatia by elections have been. And therefore, the heavy police presence is just expected. And I don't see deployment of heavy police as an intimidation. They just, if they are there to ensure that there's peace, I don't think that people should be intimidated. However, I must point out that the number of police personnel deployed also does not mean that they are there to do their work. Because we saw it in Ablekuma North. The police were there. They were actually running away from the violence. As civilians were being beaten, the police were running away. They were there. But they didn't do it. They really were actually running away from the thugs who were beating people. So the fact that 5,000 has been deployed, if they decide that if there's violence, they will run away as they did in Ablekuma, then there will be violence and nothing will happen. Because the people are supposed to make sure that the violence does not happen. If they decide to run away, as we all saw on TV, saw in video, that once people were being attacked and beaten, the option the police chose was to be running away. So the numbers may be there, but if incidents are happening and they will not swiftly intervene, but will rather run away, then the incident, violence will happen, not to happen. I think that these particular elections, there's nothing at stake, to be precise, in terms of the balance of power in Parliament, because the numbers NDC has is way. So whoever wins this seat is not going to tilt the balance of power in Parliament. For that reason, I don't think that the stakes should be that high in this election. But as I said, if you look at by-elections in Akwatia, even general elections in Akwatia, we've had a lot of issues. And therefore, the people of Akwatia should take this as a nice opportunity to send a signal that the past is in the past.
Right.
They are no longer a people who will engage in violence because of elections. They will go there, make their choice peacefully, and return home. That is what elections are about. Go to the polls, decide which candidate you think you prefer, and go back and sit home. Whoever wins, the nation moves forward. And I believe that the people of Akwatia will take this as a fine opportunity to do that and say, look, if in the past there were violence, we think that from now on there's no violence. Obviously, when you see Akwatia, it's like a swing seat from NDC to MP, back, forth. So at the end of the day, the NPP won it as declared by the court and the Electoral Commission, despite the challenge from the NDC. As to whether the NPP can win it again also depends, because right now it is NDC that has the overwhelming majority, and they are the one in government. They are the one that can promise you that we will do this project in your community, and you are likely to have some faith, because it's the NDC that's in charge of natural resources. It's the NDC that determines who gets what, how and where. So at the end of the day, if people are looking at, okay, we think we have problems, which of the two parties is likely to help us in resolving our problems? It's the government of the day.
Yeah.
So if people look at it from that point of view and say, okay, let's go for a party we think that they can do something about our challenges, then they may have their options looking at the NDC, thinking that the candidate wins. At least it's his party that is in government. He can easily talk to his fellow colleagues who are appointees if he needs help in other areas. Then this is likely to campaign largely on some of these issues, and if the people listen to them, then possibly they may win, because right now they have the resources, they have the numbers in parliament, they are the one in government. So obviously they have all these advantages to their credit.
Yeah.
But yeah, if the people also think that in spite of that, they want to sympathize with the late MP, and therefore more people from that point of view decide to say, let's empathize with the MP and give the seat back to the MPP as a way of immortalizing or a memory for the late MP. And then that could also work for the MPP as against the NDC. When people felt that, but this is the MP, he served less than 6 months, even his tenure in parliament has been full of legal challenges. It is only 3 weeks ago that he's been cleared that and then the man is even dead, and for that reason, let's go and actually give him that befitting memory and say, then let's go back and give the seat to the MPP to help. And also, the NDC at this point, there are issues because the candidate who stood is no longer the one standing. And his supporters, the day the primaries were held and the results were declared, you will see videos on social media of his supporters saying that they are going to vote for the MPP because they don't see why the person who said he won the seat and for which the NDC supported him to go to court to challenge the results. When there's a by-election, he's now being changed and replaced by another person, and for which they think that they will not go and vote for the NDC. They may say they will vote for NPP, but it's just a talk. But possibly, the worst they can do is they will not go at all. If they are die-hard and they are never going to vote for NPP, but what they can do is to abstain. And then you have apathy. And if the numbers that take that decision become significant, then it will weigh heavily against the NDC. So the options in the elections, they are quite tricky. And see, most of the time we'll do the polls and look, the decisions people make to vote are different. You see, people vote on different reasons and different issues. If you talk to people why they voted for A or B, you'll be surprised. Sometimes you say about why would somebody want to vote on this as an issue? You don't determine what the person should vote on. Whilst you may think that this should be the main issue somebody should vote on. Somebody will vote on an issue you think that it's so trivial and small that should not influence the person's decision to vote. But the bottom line is that the choice to vote is the person's own. And the person exercises it how he or she likes. So sometimes we will be analyzing certain factors that we think should influence an election. But in the mind of the voter, maybe sometimes the things we are even talking about, it's not what is influencing them the way they want to vote. So sometimes we do all this analysis thinking that what we are saying is the way they are thinking. But unfortunately, sometimes you realize that all that you are saying to a lot of them who are going to vote in that community is a non-issue to them in the first place. So you can really weigh the options and realize that, okay, the choice is in the hands of the people. And as I said, depending upon what factors people consider, then whoever will win. Because clearly, there was a challenge because even the difference in the vote was not that big. That's why the NDC was thinking that he had won. So if you look at the margins in the 2024 elections, you say that, well, if something affects you small in this election, you could easily lose the seat to the other person. So for me, as I said, there's no balance of power to be tilted in Parliament. That is why the stakes in this election should not be anything high. And that is why the people of Akwatia should take it as an opportunity to send that signal that if in the past we have been experiencing violence, this is the time for us to tell Ghana that Akwatia is a changed constituency, no violence, and everything will go peacefully.
There's an interesting dynamic that we'll wait to see how it plays out. So the NDC candidate is from Achimwenchi in Akwatia, and that is where MPP ordinarily will win. And then the NPP candidate is from Boadua, where the NDC wins. However, there's a Zongo community in Boadua, and then there's a settler community full of Krobos in Achimwenchi. So, Doc, what is the message you have been selling to the people that gives you confidence that the NPP will win?
The message is clear. Follow the blue candidate. Give no other opportunity to the green candidate. And, you know, Elvis states it very well, because elections has a lot of dynamics.
Indeed.
A lot of dynamics. Indeed. And what the constituents will be looking at, maybe a lot of things. What Ernest has done for them. Remember that he's had to campaign all throughout from the 2004 election, 2000, from January after the primaries, had to campaign, helped a lot of people in the constituency, helped a lot of delegates, impacted the constituency, the party as well as impacted the constituency. And so if that impact is still strong, it will show forth in this election. And people will look at all those dynamics to make a decision. And the various places where Solomon is coming from and the NDC candidate is coming from are clear strategies that I'm very certain that will yield a lot of good results for us as a political party. But I am very confident that by the close of day tomorrow we should have the Akwatia seat declared for the New Patriotic Party. And I think that it would be a feather in our cap, especially with all the issues that we are going through and all the challenges that we're going through as a political party, and how we are restructuring our political party and rebuilding our political party. It would give a lot more hope to the grassroots.
It was a final one from you on Akwatia. You said the stakes are not too high, especially regarding the numbers in Parliament. It might not. It's not in a position to tilt it anyway. But we've seen the presence of all the big men in Akwatia. You think they see it the same way, that the stakes are not too high?
No, for politically, NPP, if they win this seat, they feel like, okay, it's a signal that though people were angry with us in 2024, probably within the few months of governance of this government, probably people are thinking that they shouldn't have voted that sort of. So NPP, if they win it, it's a signal to them that okay, people are forgiving us of the offense, our mistakes, and maybe coming back for us. So it can send a signal of people now trying, look, whatever happened, let's move on. Okay, that will be a signal for the NPP if they should win this seat. But for the NDC, for them, they are in power. They have the resources, they have everything. And they also want to prove a point that the few 6 months of governance by the NDC, probably are people satisfied or not? And they also want to use that to measure that if really they win this seat, it means that maybe for the first 6-7 months governance of the NDC, people are happy. So you see, for the politicians, they are looking at it from whether people are buying into their policies or people are buying to the apologies for in terms of the NPP and the way they want to reform. So for them, they are weighing their chances because clearly they will say, hey, even if it is 6 months, if things go this way, it means that maybe 2028, if we continue to do things this way, maybe more people will come on our side. So for them, they'll be more politically inclined. They are not interested in Parliament, whether there's going to be a tilt of power, but they are looking at whether people are endorsing the steps that the government is taking so far in managing the country, or people are dissatisfied. For instance, if this was going to be happening in a pure cocoa growing community, one of the things you look at, how will the cocoa farmers vote? That's the point. What will be the issue? But here it's more like a galamsey community.
Community.
So the question is, the people who are going to vote in terms of crackdown on Galamsey. So all these things are ways of measuring some of the things that government is doing, and therefore the opposition people, we've lost an election, we've gone around said, look, we believe that certain things we've not done it well, so forgive us. Is that message going down with people? Are people really coming to have they also have levels of accusation against the government on how it's managing the country? Are people buying into that narrative that the government management of the country for now is not well good enough? So for them, this the things they will be looking at, because in 2028 it is messages that they are going to preach. So whatever the outcome is for them, they are looking, and if you look at it, if they win, okay, that means that the effort made so far to try and see whether we can bring people back to the MPP, whether it's working or not. Akwatia will be a test case. For the government, policies being implemented so far, are people really happy of the government's performance so far? They will also be looking at it from that point. So basically, that's what I said, the politicians will look at it from a certain point of view. But the voter is also considering something differently in as to why he or she wants to vote. So clearly, it's a matter of how the science will play out, especially the key people are the voters. The key people are the voters. For the politician, you have your expectations. But the bottom line is, how is the person going to vote receiving the messages that you are telling the person? You see, yesterday the government said they are prepared to commit a DVLA office and all the rest. And then the MPP people say, but the office was not built by the NDC. It's Akufo who built it. So why are they going to commission? Because they want to do that because of election. So you see how the politicians are looking at it.
Sam George was there. He said he's promising improved connectivity.
You see so clearly, the question is, if there was no Akwatia by-election, will Sam George leave Accra, go to Akwatia community only to promise them just Akwatia by improved connectivity? So clearly, I think that's why I said that Akwatia people should send a strong signal that they are a constituency that should not be noted for violence. And this is the opportunity to send that message. For me, that's the most important thing I want from this particular by-election, that we will have a by-election and then there will not be violence. Because see, everybody was scared when Ablekuma happened, because Ablekuma was just a few people, less than 6,000 people, at just few polling stations that were going to have an election. And then all of a sudden you see the level of violence, you are scared and say, if only 19 polling stations with less than 6,000 people, and this can happen, a constituency that's about 30,000 people going to vote, how ought to happen? Because if we talk about 5,000 in Akwatia police, it's not enough. Because how many people are voting in Akwatia? And if you look at the police numbers, the ratio to the population that is voting, if there will be violence, still the police can't control, because the number of people who are going to the population there far outweighs the 5,000 police. So that is why everybody was scared when Ablekuma happened, because we thought that for 19 police stations and less than 6,000 people voting, that would have been a place where you should have the best of security, because the numbers are so small. But Akwatia is a whole constituency that is going to vote. That's why people are scared that what happened in Ablekuma may repeat itself in Akwatia. But I believe that, as I said, for the political reasons, politicians will have the but I don't think that the stakes are that high. And therefore, let's have a peaceful poll at Akwatia, so that Akwatia will have a better name for the constituency and say, Akwatia is no longer noted for violence. Whoever wins will go and serve the people, and then we move on as a better country. Because the way violence is happening in the country these days, it's scary. Look, from last week to this to today, if you count the events across Ghana where people have lost life, and sometimes out of needless things,
I'm coming there.
You'll be scared.
I'm coming there. We'll do with that. There's a message here that says, "Good morning, Channel One. I greet you all, especially greets Mr. Elvis. I've missed your voice for some days. I totally agree with you. The police should make sure they do the job and not to run out when there is chaos. The number does not matter. What matters is they making sure there is peace and calm election tomorrow." Francis from Upper East sent that one in. Elvis Darko, God richly bless you for saying the truth. The police were there when Hawa Kumsen was attacked. In the minds of NPP, we don't trust the Ghana police because of what happened in Ablekuma. Good morning, Anna. Uncle Elvis is still the same person when MPP was in power. He speaks to issues not like others, stomach Oh, Charlie. I believe this election MPP will win because nothing has changed, as NDC and Musa Dankwa is claiming now. Jacob Lambon from Bibagu. Doc, I'll ask you a very quick question and then we'll move on to other issues, especially regarding the, if you like, rising or growing violence in the country. This one has to do with the Akwatia and why you will not opt out as you opted out of Tamale Central, which was not your MP. Of course, we all know the nature of the death, quite painful. But this one, you opted out of that one where the seat did not belong to you in the first place. But here that you had a sitting MP, if anything, you should have sympathized with them more and opted out. What would you say to those who argue this way?
You should have sympathized with who? The NDC?
No, with the family of NS Kumi.
And opted out? Hey, where would that work? You know, Nana, you know, politics is all about strategy. Okay, and I think that political strategy is key for you to know where your strength is and for you to harness that. The Tamale election, very clearly, it's a very strong hold for the NDC and the ruling government. If you compare the results of the 2024 general election of our candidate to Murtala Mohammed, you could clearly see that it's a no-go area. And so for you to file another candidate in a by-election that is to be happening at the tail end of the year would not be politically accurate. I mean, what kind of strategy is that when you know that you are not likely to win that seat? And so it was right for us to pull out, and it was right for us to say that because Murtala Mohammed has done a sizable good work in the constituency, it will be good for his legacy to be continued. And as our sign of commandery for the love that we endure amongst ourselves as political parties, it was right to do that. But for Akwatia, I cannot think that it would be ideal for us to pull out because it's our seat. We won the December 2024 general election. We were in court. I mean, NS suffered too much, really, to make sure that he said he won the seat and the Supreme Court confirmed that he won the seat. And I recall on the night of the swearing in, our leader, Fenyo Markin, stated that we'll swear him in. And if whatever consequences that come thereafter, he will bear those consequences. And he was being pulled from one court to another court, from Koforidua court, all throughout. And the verdict is out there that we won that election. There's no way we could have pulled out. In fact, it is good we are in that election because then we are telling the family of NS Kumi that NS belongs to a good family in a good political party, which is the New Patriotic Party. You recall the 1 week, there was not a single leader of the New Patriotic Party who did not attend the 1 week. The former president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, was there, Bawumia was there, Napo was there, Kennedy Japan was there, Educhum was there, Brian was there. I mean, everybody that matters, Kwabena Japan was there, everybody that matters in the New Patriotic Party, the leadership of the party, all of them were there to clearly show support that he belonged to a family. And this is Eastern region. Okay, this is Eastern region. It's the region where we have a lot of numbers for our political party, and I don't think that it would be ideal for us to have pulled out. I'm glad that we are contesting the election. I'm glad that everybody has gone there to campaign. I mean, last night Kennedy Ejapon was in the constituency. We came back very late in the night after touring every single polling station.
And 119.
Yes. Pulling people together, gathering them, talking to them, encouraging them, letting them know to uphold their rights, to defend themselves, not let anyone intimidate them, go and vote. They shouldn't be disenfranchised by exercising their rights. It should be a violent-free incident. They should let them know that they are bold, they are courageous. No one should intimidate them. If they see tag boys, they should report them. I mean, we had all those very, very healthy conversations. And we encouraged our members and even the constituents that it's going to be an incident-free election. And I pray that we win this by-election.
Very well. Always, like you mentioned, a number of events have happened that have resulted in the needless death of the Ghanaians. The Gbeniyiri one, we understand the death toll is somewhere 18 now. Here in Accra, Homo, and we are killing each other. Tishi, Anya, Sotuum, about 6 lives altogether. I mean, can a trend be established, and is there cause for concern?
Well, Nana, what we need to understand and look at it from the point of view in recent days is that, see, it appears people think they can take the law into their own hands, and the system or the judicial or the justice delivery system may be lenient on them. And I think the way things are going, we have to be very careful. We have to be very, very careful because, see, festivals are meant to unite people. It's a place for celebration.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we are recording deaths at festivals, it should be scaring everybody. That how do we go to a place of joy, happiness, and gunshots, people are dead. The one happened in the north. If you listen to the account, it's like we are becoming like an intolerant people, because the account I heard from there is that there are two groups of people, but one group of people there, they are like the settlers.
Okay.
They are like settlers in that area, and an incident has happened. Unfortunately, that affected the indigenous. And then the indigenous have mobilized and are just massacring the settlers in the area. And you ask, why should we get to that extent? We always say that Ghanaians, we are loving people, we accept people, we accept, but unfortunately, these things that are happening are showing the opposite of who we claim we are. And for me, I think that if care is not taken, pockets of these incidents that keep happening may be on the rise. And it will make the country unsafe for all of us.
Yeah.
Because then if you are to go to a certain area, you first of all have to ask yourself, how safe is the place? Is there any history of incident or violence or something happening to somebody in that area? You will not be thinking about a lot of things if you want to move across Ghana, which I think that at the end of the day will have a very negative impact on all of us. And I think the security services have to sit up seriously, because in what has happened in Accra, for instance, there were signals that these things were going to happen. Because if you listen to eyewitnesses' narration, the similar tensions were there, where a group will say they are the legitimate people to sprinkle kpokwe, and that the other group is not legitimate to sprinkle kpokwe. And similar tensions were there before the festival itself happened. Yet, security was not able to pick up this intelligence to the extent that we have had people killed. And I think that it's something we need to look at, because it has come up. And the people are saying that this is the reason why people are killed. So I asked myself, when the ban on drumming was declared, from that time, what kind of intelligence work was security services doing? Because this thing is not the first time that there are clashes over sprinkling and who has the right. These things have been reoccurring. So I'm asking myself, how are we as a nation, especially the security agencies, working underground to pick some of this intel ahead of time and then put in place things that will happen, we can do to prevent it? I watched a video of the Teshi, not the people who are killed, but what scared me is that the other group, they say, is led by a gentleman called 50 Cent. Nana, if you see the numbers that the guy commands, if you see the numbers of young people who are said to belong to that group called 50 Cent, you'll be scared. When I saw the video, I was shocked. So there's somebody in Teshi who commands all these youth, and they follow him. And whatever he says is what they do. And that group is one of the groups that caused the violence that led to death. And I'm like, this is a security issue that in a community, somebody is said to be a leader of a group and commands that huge number of people following him. It should be something that should be of interest to the security agencies.
Yeah.
That particular gentleman, what is the purpose of him having that group? Okay, what is his intention? What does he intend to use the group for, that he could command such huge numbers of young people? What are they into? What are their objectives? It should be of interest to the security agencies, because when I saw the numbers, I was scared. And I think that is something that our security agencies should pick up. That when we hear of groups and they are one person, or they are commanding huge number of young people in a country where we all are saying on daily basis that youth unemployment is a major time bomb we are sitting on. And then you see somebody or a group of people commandeering a large number of youth in a community, and what they tell them is what they will do.
Yeah.
And now they are involved in an altercation that has led to deaths. It should be of interest to our security people. If not, we will be overtaken by events. Because when I saw the video and the young people and the numbers kneeling out and on the street chanting and dancing, I'm like, it may be a festival, but I don't think that this should be seen only as a festival. Because the young man or the group, it's not like it's a chief. It's just like a youth group, and he's able to mobilize all these people. And they were the one who clashed with another group that led to the death of these people. And I think that we have to be very careful. Our security agencies, I've always said it, it's like security agencies in our part of the world, we need to work more on picking intel before things happen. That for me, that is my concern. The Secret Service picking intel before things happen is something that I think that we should think of. As for the one that happened in the North, it's like an instant something. So from there they will learn their lesson. But as I said, in terms of the war, previous years we have had tension about pokeway sprinkling. And therefore, if there's going to be pokeway sprinkling, I think that there has to be some work by underground agents to find out in Teshi, in Soweto, in Labadi, in all the various gang ethnic groups, what are the similar tensions ahead of the festival, and what can be done to make sure that we don't have a loss of lives. And I think that it's something we have to really work on. And as I said, the justice delivery system also, we need to let them, people need to feel that punishment will be exacted when you are caught in things. It's like people are under the impression of this in this country that, oh, for the justice delivery system, yes, you'll be arrested, but along the way, things will happen and you can have your freedom. And for that reason, people think that they can do things, and at the end of the day, basically that severe punishment that should be exacted will not happen. And I think that it doesn't augur well for all of us, because it emboldens people then to say, I can also do anything and go scot-free. And I think that is where, for me, we have to focus our attention. We can't lose 6 people because of festival. Others are injured though. But there are so many others that were injured in both incidents. Okay? So many people were injured in both incidents. One of the video I saw, even the people who were shot because of the crowd, they didn't even call the ambulance. They were just carrying the injured into the bucket of a pickup to take to the hospital. To the bucket of a pickup to take to the hospital. And I don't think that as a country that we say we are growing, and we also want the country to develop, to become like a very civil and well-developed country. Some of these things we don't need to actually let it go like that. There must be some serious punishment in terms of people who orchestrated this violence. They must try and find people, punish people to serve as deterrent, so that in the future people don't repeat this kind of dastardly acts.
Right, thank you. Let me say good morning to Comrade. Comrade Elikem Kotoko is here. He is with the Forestry Commission, acting as a Deputy CEO. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you.
Me, and my apologies for showing up.
Sure. We've dealt with Akwatia already, but I'll give you a bite at it real quick. Are we prepared? Are we prepared for Akwatia?
To the best of my knowledge, we are very prepared. I am very convinced now and can say authoritatively that the NDC will be winning that election with not less than 52.3% of the votes cast. Yes, and so market our
You've done your own polling already.
Yeah, we are very, very certain. And a lot of things account for this. Not only that, you know, the controversy over the election at the point. I mean, we went to court and all that. But I must also say that, pardon me, but I don't know where Palgrave belongs now, because there are a lot of factions within the NPP. One of the most reckless comments, which is unacceptable and very insensitive from a statesman, was hearing Dr. Mahmoud Baumia yesterday. I thought it was a rumor, it was some falsehoods, but I chanced on the video myself of he meeting family or some people and concluding that the passing of the late Ernest Kumi was by reason of pressure from the NDC and the fact that he was taken to court, amongst other things. I don't know if he had access to any autopsy report or any medical professional spoke to him. But as usual, that is Haji Baumia in his loose self again. And to think that you have a widow and family members who are still mourning the loss of their son or their husband, their father, whoever, for a whole former vice president to descend to its lowest again, or his lowest again, to be passing those comments. I mean, it only tells you that Vice President Baumia has always not been fit for purpose. Reason being, if he is suggesting that pressure mounted or these matter taken to court is why the young man, my colleague, passed, then I think they should know that they did worse to John Mahama when he won that elections, and for more than a year they took him to court. And then it means that there's something there even lacking. So whichever way you look at it, it was the most irresponsible and reckless comment coming from somebody as the vice president in the first place. We in the NDC, the other thing we need to ask the NPP is if they are truly going to contest. Because the last by-elections, if my memory serves me right, they had a failed leadership at the party level, where their general secretary, chairman, and the entire leadership came out to make us know that they were not going to contest in the election.
So there was a leadership crisis.
There still should be, because if you look at it, nothing seemed to have changed. Then in just a few hours, the candidate then who won the elections on the primaries on the ticket of the NPP came out to say she was going to contest. And can you imagine? The leadership, unfortunately, and later sheepishly followed her to now rescind their decision, which they never communicated again publicly. So we wish to know if they will be playing some of these games again.
Not said they
have not. But you see, it is also reason for us to discuss some of this, because these were the apostles who said they were not going to contest that elections. Let's assume that the police were to make preparations for the process. They had made preparations that the NPP was not going to. You could make some advanced preparations further that should there be, but you have actually distorted the entire security architecture by that misconduct in itself. We are looking forward to a very seamless exercise in Akwatia come tomorrow. Very hopeful of the additional success to be chalked. And I am very convinced that the people of Akwatia would want to be part of the winning wagon at this time, knowing the tremendous efforts His Excellency President Mahama and the NDC is putting in place. We have never under any circumstance say that we have turned Ghana's situation to the greenest of all, but I know that we are on that good trajectory to make things better. And so I am very hopeful and very confident that nothing less than 52.3% of the votes cast will be in the advantage of the NDC's lawyer Bediako.
Very well. Doc, when we come to you on the matter of the growing violence that we are seeing, is it that there are so many guns in the system, guns can be easily accessed? Because with all of these clashes that we are seeing, the least thing, and somebody pulls a trigger, the least thing, and there's a gun in the face of someone.
Nana, let me greet Elikem and congratulate him. I haven't seen him this year. He's now a deputy CEO of Forestry Commission. So let me congratulate him. He's done well. So congratulations. But he's not aware of my new positioning in the New Patriotic Party. That I have moved from the earlier position that I was. So I cannot hold brief for some comments that are made. I am with Canada, Japan. As the one
if you have to
I'm coming. That will lead the party for us. As for comments that are made, sometimes, this morning I was praying that I don't have to make a comment on the 9% pay that is left because some of the comments you're not too sure whether it is a voodoo analysis. You're not too sure whether it is a scientific or unscientific analysis.
You allowed it for 8 years.
You are not too sure. I mean, sometimes you even get confused. I mean, because you see, I have always stated that you need a flag bearer that can carry all the parliamentarians along. I mean, we have not even finished with our primaries. And you are assuming that you would win the primaries, and for that reason, it is left with 9% pay. When you have been the candidate in this Fourth Republic that has recorded the lowest number of votes than any of the parliamentary candidates put together. In the 2024 general election, all the parliamentarians put together had 5 million votes. You had 4 million votes. From 1996 till date. It's never happened before.
Well,
but it wasn't a conversation I wanted to have.
Very well. So let's not
Elikem
digress.
can have his bite. Every other Ghanaian can have their bite. But for us, the candidate Japan camp, we are winning to victory. But, you know, let me come to the violence. Look, my brother, Nana, it's scary. It is extremely scary. I am living in shock. But let me use this opportunity to greet the Gamanche.
Okay.
Ni Taki Tieko True the second. He has stated that he is hosting the capital. And so I will put this at his doorstep, that the capital needs a lot of peace. The capital, you know what I heard, you know, I don't speak Ga fluently, but I've heard that we should move from Akwaba to Odake. Obake, okay. So we should move from Akwaba to Obake. That argument we can have later.
Yeah.
Because, you know, that prominently, a sizable number of people are easily able to speak the Tree language. And so I don't think that is by dint of anything. I mean, 2/3 of Ghanaians are easily able to speak the Tree language. But if the Ga community is hosting the capital, then we want to continually live in peace. And it's scary that you see police people run away. When I saw the videos, I was scared. The police people were running away from the gunshots that were coming from civilians. I mean, I was totally shocked that this is happening in our capital. And it's happening in our capital that we are losing 6 lives. And the festival has not even happened yet.
Yeah.
These are just preliminary foundational things they are doing to the gods and all of those other things that we have always known. I think that this is extremely unfortunate. I think that it should be investigated. I think that we should call and plead with the Gamanche who is hosting the capital. We thank him for the remembrance that the Ga people are hosting us. So all of us are migrants into the capital. So we are pleading with him that as migrants into the capital, they should host us in peace so that we don't live in fear. But the level of death that is happening across the country is troubling. You know, sometime 26th of August this year, there were 6 people that were injured up in the north. And, you know, before I come to the issues that happened, let me commend the Ghana Police Service because they were able to seize weapons from the Gonja warriors in Daboya, you know. And I want to ask some more questions because we have very senior persons in this country who hail from the Gonja land. I mean, we are aware that our president is from the Gonja land. We are aware that the national security coordinator is from the Gonja land. We are aware, I mean, very, very senior people. And I want to ask why the Gonja warriors were arrested and they were released. There are Ghanaians that have fled to Burkina Faso and Cote d'Ivoire now as refugees, as I speak to you, because of these issues that are happening. And we must always be minded, and I've always stated this, that we are surrounded by countries that are going through unrest, both by terrorism and both by destabilizing democratically elected governments. And so we must hold our peace with not just 2 hands, with our legs, with everything that we can do so that we don't have the challenges that we are having. But it calls for a lot more worry that people have arms and they can wield those arms in the presence of security uniform personnel. That's troubling. That's almost like our security personnel are being overpowered. That is why when the IGP says that he is not going to deploy military personnel into the by-election, we really hope that the police would be able to attend to the situations. Because we've had elections in this country where police, who we know that as part of their accoutrement, they must have guns. But we've had elections where police don't hold any guns. And I mean, if it's a uniform, anybody can wear a uniform. But what makes the police enforce the law is the full accoutrements that they may have, and they should have. That puts a lot of, because imagine these police that were protecting these Homo people were protected very well with guns, with all of those other things that we know. Do you think that civilians would have the audacity to be shooting? That's why police will run for cover. Run for cover, run for cover, run for cover. I mean, you understand?
Yeah.
But I mean, for me, I will plead with the Gamanche. He's hosting the capital. The capital has a lot of resources. It is in this same capital that the President of the Republic of Ghana has his office. And so we don't want to record such chaos. We don't want to see such chaos make it to the international waves, that the city of Accra is not peaceful. People are going about their festivals and 6 people are dying. I'm even told that the son of one of the kings is also shot. And so you can imagine what would happen in the following weeks, because people would definitely want to revenge.
So reprisal attacks.
Absolutely. So there are lots of issues that we must deal with, but we must not forget the issues that are happening up north in Bole. People are fleeing to Cote d'Ivoire. People are fleeing to Burkina Faso. Ghanaians are becoming refugees. In a peaceful country, people are running to become refugees in countries where they either have military juntas or they either have threats of terrorism. And so they need to be able to look at that. I'm aware that President John Dramani Mahama has deployed all the security couples this morning up in the north. I pray and hope that they will be able to...
The IGP was there over the weekend.
Good. I pray and hope. I mean, all of them, I read the stories. I hope and pray that they will be able to mediate this immediately, because it's a threat. Ghana must not be threatened at all, and we need to enjoy our peace.
Alikam, quick one on the security issue.
Yeah, thank you so much. And this is a matter of national security. I will not sit here and pretend as though all is fine and that is okay. Not at all. I think this is a wake-up call to our security agencies that there's a ticking time bomb of which we need to sit up. And you see, one of the problems I have had with this whole national security and all of this is how politically polarized it has become over the past, up to date, where a government changes over and then all political people are the ones expected to take over there. I recall, even though I was not so old, I wasn't that old then, I was young then, but I recall learning and knowing that in the times of the late Jerry John Rawlings, for instance, people who were even in national security could never be identified. You could never tell. It would be a carpenter who is just doing his usual work, a tomato seller somewhere, a contractor somewhere, a big man elsewhere. But in today's Ghana, it seems it is some kind of pride and show off, where you see everybody even wielding the communication gadget and pointing it at people to command, etc. Whether they are truly even national security or not, we cannot tell. I am committed to doing everything to make sure President Mahama and the NDC succeeds. And it is therefore time for our national security and other state agencies, security agencies, to wake up and realize that even if it is elements within that are failing to pick intelligence or gather intelligence properly, then you as the head also must know that there's a question mark on you. Because when these things continue, at worst, President Mahama may just have to fire somebody and all of that. But what happens is that it becomes a dent or a blot on his integrity and his legacy. And sitting here and being concerned about his success and wanting to see him flourish, I will call out any appointee. When you feel that there are elements within even the security architecture who seemingly can compromise on intelligence gathering or the smooth discharge of duties, it is up to you to deal with those people and set characters head on. Now, we are now finding, and not only now, I mean, one major thing that the security services, the police in particular, need to fight is drug abuse.
too many drugs on the streets and all that will result in many of these things. You will be surprised that often than not, people who engage in these activities on their own in themselves, they will not even want to wield even a broom to touch anybody. But once they take in some substance or abuse of substance, they begin to behave as though they are not of this world. And so if we are having too much drug abuse, and you and I know this, all over the streets, get to, I don't want to mention places, but there are places you go even in the evening and you see them all over. And they are becoming a major threat to you and I who even want to commute or move about freely. The moment it is 8 p.m., it becomes a bit dangerous for you to move in certain places because you could be attacked amongst other things. And so weapons also in the hands of wrong people. I think the security service need to relook at the number, put in efforts to clamp down on these weapons. Look, the police service know all of this, let me tell you. Why is it that whenever there is an action against one of their own, let's assume, God forbid, that one police officer is attacked right now or maimed or even killed, immediately you have them all zoom in there and they'll be able to even pinpoint who exactly did what. So it tells you that our security agencies are capable, but for want of better words, some laxity or some failed approach in dealing with things holistically. Because don't forget, in all of these things also there's something called an enterprise. Right. There are people who are benefiting from all the wrongs that are going on because there's drug trade that is going on, there's armed trade that is going on, there's illicit trade that is going on, there's prostitution that comes along with it, and many of these things. And so if we do not call out our security apparatus that they need to sit up, and so I would make this clarion call on the National Security Coordinator today, that I am also a member of the ruling government. I do not think that the pockets of incidents that are happening across the country augurs well for us as a people. Mind you, the president is out there in Japan, in Singapore. Trying to woo investors into the country. If in Singapore has been trading at about 200 million and he's expecting to get them to shore up that to 1 billion, the people who are coming in to know that Ghana is a safe haven for them, not only politically, economically, but in terms of our security as well. So there's a need for us to sit up. We can not only be taking titles and be smiling with the president, yet not doing what exactly is expected of us for his administration to succeed.
Very well. Thank you, Alikem. Let's take a break here. When we come back, we'll continue with the discussions. But do send us your messages. Let us know what you think, what your own comments about the topics that we've discussed are. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
The second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again? Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Or being late? Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. You go be the luckiest. Copy from Georgia be luckiest. From not the block, she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No bugger why you luckiest. Everybody go be that luckiest.
That's Kwame.
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it toy, so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Hey. Is that his car?
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
Life can get hectic, and sometimes we forget to prioritize our well-being. That's where Bono mineral water steps in. A refreshing solution packed with essential minerals, Bono mineral water keeps you hydrated and balanced. Whether you're at home or work, Vernon Mineral Water is there to keep you going. Don't let a busy schedule hinder your health. Make Vernon Mineral Water a part of your daily routine. Share the love with Vernon Mineral Water, the choice for a healthy, vibrant you.
This advert is FDA approved.
Curious about what's happening beyond your borders? Beyond Borders takes you there. Every Wednesday at 7 p.m., join Caleb Kuda as he explores the stories that shape our world, connecting you with Ghanaians in other cultures and seeing the world through their eyes.
So you've learned one thing, you leave your shoes outside. Wow.
Tuesdays, you know, I won't go to Ghana dressed in a Lacoste.
As director of operations.
From international politics to the human stories that define nations, Beyond Borders brings you a fresh perspective of Ghanaians around the world, one conversation at a time. Beyond Borders with Caleb Kuda airs Wednesdays at 7 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
His uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again? Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Or being late? Of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. Yeah, you go be the luckiest. Coffee from Georgia be luckiest. From not the cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be lucky, luckiest. No matter why you're luckiest. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it toy, so would the coming of the son of man be. Is that his car?
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompt and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
You're welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 TV. Send us your thoughts, your comments, and your contributions. The show is very interactive. We want to hear from you. Let us know what you think about the topics that we are discussing. Doc, I'll come back to you again on this matter of the violence that we are recording. Could it just, there are pockets across the country. Could it just be, individual happenings elsewhere, or could it be part of a bigger threat that we're facing as a country?
You know, Nana, when I sit back and I observe what is going on, I get chills and I get very concerned and very troubled. I sleep less because I always have to open my window and check what is happening. I am sorry to remind the Ghanaian people of the incident that happened on the 6th of August when we lost the lives of very prominent people who were discharging their duties in Ghana. And I asked critical questions because I may not be in the room when the seniors are having the conversations. One of the questions that I asked was that might there have been a case where the national security, the security couples might have an illusion of some intelligence? I asked that critical question because I'm aware that the Z9 flew from Takoradi to Accra because a wing commander had fallen, had an accident on one of the vessels, and so they had to fly him to Accra and send him to 37. And it was for that reason that when the Z9 got to Accra, they deployed the Z9 further on to do some work. And I asked the question: had the Z9 not come to Accra, would the ministers and the government officials flown in a different Air Force plane because they are aware they were going to take the trip? that morning. And so they didn't even need the Z9 to fly from Takrade to come to Accra because a certain wing commander had an accident on a vessel ship that they brought him to 37. And they lost their lives. And I asked the question that what intelligence might have eluded our national security? What intelligence might have eluded our NIB? What intelligence might have eluded our MI, which is our military intelligence, and all of that? And I want to ask the same question again. Because, you know, for people that are spiritual, they say that all of life is spiritual. For people that are in the intelligence environment, we also say that all of life is about intelligence. And so prior to this morning, there are a lot of intelligence that I personally have gathered throughout the weekend, across the country, across the sub-region of West Africa, across the continent, and even across the world. There are intelligence that I've gathered because there are softwares and tools that we are able to use to retrieve those intelligence. If you look at the incidents that are happening now, it's almost seemingly looking like a clear architecture of some capturing of some places. Ghana has gateways, and if our gateways are not safe and we are unable to protect those gateways, then soon and very soon we will not be able to pride ourselves of the peace that we have had over the years. Which is why I would ask the national security, I would ask the NIB, I would ask the CID, I would ask the military intelligence, and ask all the security couples to really come together and work together. I would also ask as well for them to ensure that whatever intelligence that they receive, however they think it is not important, should be considered important because lives are at stake. You know, Nana, how would you feel when you are a king and your son has been killed through some exchanges and the police are not able to protect your son as a normal citizen, and citizens are wielding guns, whether it is licensed, whether it is not licensed, we do not know. How does that work in a country like ours? How does it work up north when you have Gonja warriors who are wielding guns that sometimes you see that our security apparatus may not have those recognizable guns? How is it that people are trading in very wild weapons by close countries into our country? How is it that Ghanaians do not feel safe in certain parts of the country where they now become refugees in close by countries? So I would ask that the intelligence that all of us are receiving and the intelligence that the security couples themselves are receiving, they should work with it in sync so that we can continue to enjoy our peace and serenity in this country.
Very well. Obviously, the police has a lot of work to do.
Oh, in fact, I've always said that for me, the challenge I have with our security agencies is about intel gathering. As Elikem rightly said, we were not that old, but we were young in this country when Jerry Rawlings was in power. Hardly will you see anybody tell that I work with national security or I'm a BNI officer or I'm a military. By this day, they actually flash their ID cards before you. Do you know I work with national security? They hold some go
showing off
and show off. Instead of doing the work, they are doing something else. And it's all because we have transitioned from doing the right thing to packing these services with party food soldiers. So we are not recruiting people based on the criteria that this person has a passion for the job, gone through the mill, and is established that this person is capable of working, and then at the top level too, what is the monitoring mechanism to make sure that these officers are delivering on their jobs? And the few ones that are also doing their jobs are the people at the top acting on the information that they send to them. There are a lot of things. Of late, it is common for you to see a police threat circulating on social media. A police threat is an internal information meant for not even all police officers, a certain category of officers to act on. But now it's easy for you to see a police threat all over social media. Look, we have to be very careful. Somebody picked up a gun and shot a military man in Kaswa and killed him. He said he's a chief and killed a soldier. The case is still in court up to this week. Look, if we want to recall and list the number of people who have been killed in this country by, you say, unreasonable purposes, you'll be scared.
Needless deaths.
Needless deaths. You'll be scared. That is why I said, if you're a Ghanaian, you know that our security is important. Look, as you said, President may go anywhere in the world to say, come and invest in my country. Aside all the economic issues that the investors will look at, one key thing they look at is security.
Yeah.
Look, I have said it, and I always say that Ghana is hosting headquarters of a lot of multinationals simply because of the insecurity in Nigeria. Because if you look at all the indicators, most multinationals would have preferred Nigeria as their headquarters because that's where they start to make more money. Nigeria is where they start to make more money than all the other countries in the sub-region. But they will bring their headquarters in Ghana and have a small office in Nigeria and operate from there, even though they are still making more money from there, simply because of the safety of the people who will be working there. So insecurity in Nigeria has benefited Ghana a lot. So if we are not careful and we also become insecure, the little benefits we are gaining now will leave us. And that is why, as a country, we must prioritize security as top. That's why sometimes the security agency engage in certain things. Some of us criticize them because there are a lot of things they engage in that are needless. There are things that we believe that they should rather be engaged in. I tell you, a lot of the needless deaths in this country, if the security agency decide to prioritize intelligence gathering, a lot of these deaths will be prevented. Because see, ordinary people in those communities know that there is similar tension, and they anticipate that this similar tension could lead to violence.
Exactly. Yeah.
So if there are security agencies with secret service officers in communities, a lot of the things that results into violence and loss of lives could have been prevented. Because then the information are picked up on time, intelligence sent to the appropriate office, proper deployment will be done, steps will be taken to make sure that before even the people act, they are stopped in their tracks.
Right.
But it appears that our security agencies are only chasing after the event that's happened. And we are more interested in trivial things, political opponents, teaching somebody a lesson because you don't like the person, even something that has nothing to do with politics, but just want to teach the person some lesson. That is what you see more in the system, rather than focusing on what really gives the Ghanaian that hope that I am safe. And I think that, look, people think that they are safe because for them maybe they have security around them, they have this and that and that. But I tell you, if it gets to a certain point, those who even feel that they are safe will now become unsafe.
Right.
Because it will get to a time, even if you want to leave your house, you will be scared. If you have to go in any place, you'll be asking yourself, can I go or I should not go? And I've said that, look, if we're in a country and pastors are walking around with bodyguards, are walking around with bodyguards, man of God is afraid of death. And the ordinary person is not safe.
Right.
The church member has a bodyguard, but the person has a bodyguard. Look, I'm telling you, because why should a man of God be walking around with and now everybody who seems to this is where you should see that there's insecurity in the country. Everybody in the country who feel that he's made some money or he's become popular, feel that he's somehow important, all of a sudden thinks that he needs security because that person feels that the system is not safe. And see, that is where we must all look at it. That who is this person to have security? Who is this person to be working as a military man? Who is this person to be working as? If all these people, in the scheme of things, if we are putting them in their right places, they are actually not that much important people in society anyway. But if they all feel that the system is unsafe and therefore they must protect themselves, and therefore they all have bodyguards. Almost every business personnel in Ghana now works around with security.
Right.
You ask yourself, why? Why should somebody who is doing his business be scared for his life to the point that he will be asking and walking around with security? Why should a pastor be? Why is somebody who said, I'm a celebrity, walking around with celebrity? In this country, how many people are celebrities? How many of them qualify to be called celebrity? What are they celebrities? You don't have cash, you don't even have any much money. You go and buy from one car, and so he said, I need. So clearly, we have to look at the system that if all these people under normal circumstances should not even be worried about their security, but are worried about their security to the point where they are now hiring and paying people to protect them. It's a signal that people are not safe.
Right.
Don't look at the ordinary person. When you use that as a measure, then you should know that the ordinary person is insecure. The problem is that the ordinary person cannot afford to hire. That is why the ordinary person is not hiring. And can everybody hire a security in this country? And that is why we must make sure that something is happening. How many intelligence services are implanted on our university campuses in Ghana? To once in a while be going around and be picking intel. That is why every now and then here some student has been killed on this school campus. This person has been killed. Do you know that the university environment is a very serious place? You have the University of Ghana that maybe at a time have about 40,000 students at a go. KNUST may have about 40,000 at a go. And you don't even see the need that you should actually mix them. There should be people on those campuses that they'll say they are in certain positions. They are not. They are only security people who are on the campus picking intel to know that, look, this whole celebration, this event these guys want to, this particular, there's some similar tension going on here. All these things are not happening. So you wake up and then somebody's son is dead in this security university. All these things are signs that ability to pick intel from our system, daily basis, it's not working, and therefore they wait till the incident happens, and then now they are rushing to look for evidence, and I think it doesn't help all of us.
Very well, thank you, Elvis. Elikem.
Yeah, first and foremost, I must again commend the police service and the IGP. However, I think happenings around us should be telling enough to the IGP that there's a need for pragmatic reforms. These reforms must be linked to his legacy as IGP. And he ought to know that these reforms will be affecting some personnel. Damn the consequences. So long as it is for a good cause, so be it. Now, a little departure from what Elvis said, even though partly he's right, is that today, and what has become the norm in some parts, which the IGP must also look at, is that you often will see, I recall even doing a video of that 2 years ago, and I was told, even within the police circles, a lot was discussed about me, and so many people felt that I was trying to pontificate, sort of. I was driving somewhere around 10 a.m. Then there were these obviously fraud guys, or whatever you call them, who were in a Civic, an unregistered Civic. And then there was a dispatch in front of them. The dispatch was leading them, creating the way. And the moment I saw him and he passed by and I saw I decided to follow up. Shortly after I followed up, one of the guys came out of the car through the sunroof and was videoing and was excited. Then I also brought my camera out and was videoing. So the moment he noticed I was videoing him, he quickly went down there, and because what he was doing was wrong, it meant in the first place, if that dispatch was recorded properly, I'm not sure it was logged to actually escort these people. I am aware that even some policemen today buy their own dispatch and they use it for what we see on the road. And I get surprised when I see even dispatch, for instance, escorting unregistered vehicles, especially. So long as you have a Land Cruiser or a flashy car, you can pay somebody 300 cedis, 400 cedis, and they give you that access without even wanting to know what is contained in the vehicle, where you are heading, who you are. And these are the major security threats. So if anybody wants to be a hardened criminal, try and afford an SUV, a Land Cruiser, and you can get away with all the crimes.
It gives you access.
It gives you all access. Now, you see, there are people, like we see pastors and all these people, some of them also with security. It is not necessarily because they are insecure or they feel their country is not safe. Some of them is for showmanship. People feel there's some kind of
esteem, pride, self-actualization with the fact that I am moving and I have a security behind me. I have a soldier or I have a policeman following me here and there, amongst other things. Some too is by reason of the fact that they know the ills they have committed themselves. Knowing they have done some good, they don't feel safe. They always have to be looking over their shoulder, and they feel somebody must be behind them to look over their shoulders for them. Then the third one has always been the abuse. There are some people who are friends to the security agencies. And so, look, again, this is a clarion call. I'm aware that 2 police officers are also under investigation for about 16 missing rifles. How? Look at that. And if you recall, the late Dr. Edward Omani Boama, before his passing, made us know that prior to even the 2024 elections and before then, a lot of arms movements have been detected. I pray that his passing will not put ice on that investigation for us to unravel what is going on. It is the reason why I will state here that even as I am calling on the IGP, the military intelligence, the National Security Coordinator, the NIB and CID all, it is also an alert to all of them that no matter what, there could be characters within who may not owe allegiance to the regime. Because over the period, there has been some form of compromised recruitment. And so if you do not go after these people also to make sure they are nipped in the bud, they will continue staying in office. And if you think that, oh, I come from the same place with him, oh, we both come from the northern region, oh, we both come from the Volta region, we are all from Greater Accra, and even though he's MPP, he's my good friend, or even though he's CPP, he's my good friend, these are some of the characters that will compromise your security architecture. And you who is the head will now become the person seen as a misfit. And so if you need to strike whilst the rod is hot, please do so. Do so. Damn the consequences, damn the outcry by people. If you are focused and believe you are fighting a cause that in the end Ghanaians will come to appreciate, the investor community will now welcome, and we shall all say, look, Ghana feels much safer than even before. We will all be happy for that. There will always be some backlash over anything, even the good cause. So there's the need for us to sit up and look at how we address these matters. We need to ease tensions to reduce this level of pockets of violence here and there. Today it is Bole, tomorrow it is in the north somewhere, the next moment it is Greater Accra. I don't know where it is moving to Volta region or where it is backdoor eastern region. We must nip it in the bud. A single life must not be lost on the altar of such insecurities. And so the national security should also look, you see, like he said, those days, I am fully convinced and know that even those days when you go to our schools, there were even some students who were national security operatives. Probably in every dormitory or in every hall or so. There were people who always picked intel and they had ways of reporting all of this. But again, today it's about who is wielding which gadget and holding it and showing off and not doing any work. And how people easily say, I work with national security, I'm with national security. How dare you? You're not supposed to disclose your identity. And even if that is what they are doing, I believe that from henceforth, these are some of the little things we need to let them know. You cannot disclose where you are working. And being an operative of national security should not be actually your daily or your full employment, largely. Because you are supposed to be temporarily doing your own work. You could be even a media person here, but you're a national security operative. So whilst we are off camera and having some conversations, I may say this is off camera, we're having conversation. You pick intel from something I have told you about an experience. You quickly push it out there. But if we do not, and we allow this politically polarized or compromised nature of security architecture, it will come back to haunt us. It will affect all of us. And the reason we need to say much about this is because nobody knows who will be the victim tomorrow. Nobody. You get my point? Just as we lost our 8 gallant men, there are a lot of rumors over a lot of speculations. Some feel it is deliberate, some feel it's an accident, some feel it is avoidable, amongst other things. So if there is proper intelligence gathering, all of these things will be nipped in the bud.
Very well. A few messages before we go. This one says, good morning to you all in the studio. The insecurity of our country is alarming. Just recently, we in the Bongo district have encountered the presence of terrorists. We are pleading with the government and security authorities to intervene at our borders and put in more strict security protocols. Okay, in Dongo Emmanuel from Bongo Namo sent that one in. This one says, Dr. Boache Dankwa, Nanat, for what is wrong with someone saying Akanaipe? Dr. Boache Dankwa, your candidate doesn't have the credibility to be on the ballot for MPP. Either you like it or not, Dr. Baumia will win, and we are ready to vote massively for him. Okay. Good morning to you, Nana, and everyone in the studio. Sometimes it's funny listening to members of the NDC on issues like violence and Galamsey. In opposition, okay, I don't get what you say. But you say there's chaos all over. It's not only in the Gonja land, but even in Accra. They want us to sing a national song today. When did they realize issues like these border on national security and not partisan? Well, I think you should wake up to it, because issues like this, we should not politicize them. We should unite and stop these things before they become something we are unable to deal with. Okay, this one says the fight is happening in the Savannah region, not in the northern region. I don't think we've said northern region. Perhaps we've mentioned up north, and not northern region. So yeah. This one says we have to review our weapon license system. What background checks are done before licensing those guns? Who will be using the guns and for what purposes? There are so many of our youth who are into this scam and betting business and are now buying guns and licensing them, and no one cares. So at any time there's a misunderstanding between them, the guns are discharged. Well, I agree with you. Great insights from Dr. Palgrave this morning. Always a voice of clarity and depth on national issues. Team Ken stands firmly for truth and accountability. Kudos. Okay, and then this one says, tomorrow the people of Akwatia will vote for a candidate that will represent them well in Parliament. Honorable Solomon Kwame Asumedu, MPP candidate, is the best man for the job to replace Honorable Ernest Yaokumi. All right. Thank you so much, gentlemen. This has been great. We'll find time to continue with the conversations. Thank you also for staying with us. Thank you for the messages. Don't go away. Breakfast Daily continues after this.
Faster, cooking shouldn't slow you down. Introducing the newest Franco microwave, specially made for you, the fastest and safest way to cook. Defrost, reheat, melt, and cook with Franco microwave with advanced technology that knows exactly what you want. Visit our website at www.francotrading.com. Download our Franco Trading app on Google Play Store or Apple App Store. For bulk purchasing and enquiries, call the numbers on your screen. Franco Microwave, simple controls, smart sensors. Franco, the home of quality microwave.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, Mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again? Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswa. Why wouldn't he be late? Or being late, of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. Yeah, you go be the luckiest. Coffee from Georgia be luckiest. From not the cause she be luckiest. Yeah, you go be luckiest. No matter what you're lucky, everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame.
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it at all, so would the coming of the Son of Man be. Is that his car?
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
How may I help you today?
We'd like to open a bank account.
Sign here, sign here, sign here, and here. And now you draw direction to your house. I need your thumbprint. And I'll need your birth certificate too. No, I need the original.
A lot has changed since you bank like this. So have we. We've made it easier than ever to open an account online and bank on the go through our mobile app, online banking, and more. EcoBank, a better way to bank your way.
Sign here, and here.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Looking for a one-stop shopping destination for all things made in Ghana? Eager to experience a remarkable fair that showcases the richness, creativity, and innovation behind Ghanaian products and services? Then get ready for the This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. The This is Ghana Exhibition highlights the brilliance of Ghanaian entrepreneurs, artisans, and businesses who continue to shape the narrative of homegrown excellence. This is Ghana's biggest trade fair and exhibition, bringing together SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing sectors, indigenous corporate bodies, and local creatives in one exciting space. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. Come explore, engage, and be inspired by the businesses and brands that are redefining Made in Ghana across every sector. Get ready to be thrilled by live performances from Kwampa and the electrifying Inchin Band, adding music, rhythm, and culture to the celebration. The dates: Saturday the 6th and Sunday the 7th of September 2025. Time is 10 a.m. through till 5 p.m. each day. The venue is the Info Sutherland Children's Park. For enquiries or participation details, call us on 0205-973-973. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM and is proudly sponsored by MTN, EcoBank, Side Hustle by EK Brand Consult, Ghana Enterprises Agency, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Exim Bank, and AVV Rice, and is supported by Twillium Industrial Company Limited and Build Financial Technology.
Kwame and his uncle are almost here.
Wait a minute. This one too, your friend Kwame.
Wait, Kwame. As in the same Kwame again?
Yes, mommy.
I'm the second coming. Into all this tension just to reintroduce that broke boy from Kaswa.
Why would you deceive the family like this again? Now I understand the whole delay. Troll from Kaswatia. Why wouldn't he be late? Or be late, of course.
Star 712 hash, star 712 hash. Kofi be the luckiest. Kofi from Georgia be luckiest. From Natepia cause she be luckiest. Me and you Kofi be luckiest. No matter why you're lucky. Everybody go be the luckiest.
That's Kwame!
Send your God the apple boom. If you put it toye, so would the coming of the son of man be. Is that his car?
Everywhere.
Dial star 712 hash. Choose your ticket. Enter your lucky number. Follow the prompts and let destiny handle the rest.
This promotion is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform.
All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. It's still Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV. And we want to say thank you for staying tuned, or thank you for even joining us right now. My name is Chris Carter, and Nana Tufo actually started the show this morning.
Chris, did you know today is 1st September?
Yes.
And it's starting on a Monday.
Yes. And it's making me happy.
Why?
It's my birthday month.
Oh. Which day? Which was the date?
It's on the 19th of September.
19th.
Just in case you like me so much, just pick up your reminder, your diary. 19th of September is Chris Carter of Channel 1's birthday.
18 days more. Counts down to Chris's birthday. Yes. Anyway, that's how we start the show here. I'm Philip Nilati. I'm sure we're going to have an exciting period from now to 11 a.m. where we say bye-bye to you. Like Chris indicated, and to four Boatin started the show. It was an interesting one with the newspaper review. Now we are taking it to the next level, sort of doing the phase 2 or second half of the show. But we keep asking you that if you haven't registered yet and you haven't paid
for the This is Ghana exhibition and fair, please, this is the time you need to do that, because we have like 5 days to end everything, and also for This is Ghana exhibition to start. It's the 6th and 7th of September 2025. So few days from now. You'll be amazed that maybe, or shocked that maybe tomorrow or Wednesday, we would indicate to you that it's sold out, and definitely you do not have a chance to be part of the vendors. But this is your time for you to make it a point to be part of this event. So please call 0205 973 973 and be part of it. We promise you that it's going to be exciting, it's going to be entertaining, it's going to be more of learning, it's going to be more of buying and selling, because we really need to do that at the end of the day. And we promise you that we're going to have a lot of patrons too coming for the event.
All right, so remember that you can actually carry Channel 1 along with you everywhere you go. And I'm sure you're wondering, is it magic? No, it's not magic. All you need to do is pick up your Android devices, head to Google Play Store, and then download the Channel 1 News app. This actually helps you not to miss anything, not to lose any news, and stay updated every time, no matter where you are in the world. You know, everything has gone digital, so that means there's no more excuse to say, oh, I don't know what's happening in Ghana. Oh, I'm in Abuja, but Ghana News there, I can't get, no. This is the only way for you to get it. We're helping you by, letting you know that you can get it on the Google Play Store, Channel 1 News app. Just go there and download it, and voila, that's it. So simple. So tell a friend to download the Channel 1 News app on the Google Play Store.
So you need the information, because if you're not informed, definitely there'll be few things in this country you wouldn't know, like what we're talking about in the trends shortly. Chris, we know of something about Liverpool. Newcastle received £130 million for Alexander Isak deal. The player will be signed for a 6-year deal with Liverpool. Newcastle have signed Nick as his replacement. We understand that the transfer season is ending today in the evening at 7 p.m.
Right. So a lot of people are asking, okay, so what's so special about this guy? So the market dynamics driving Isak's value. That is one. And also, they say Isak is an all-round game and record-breaking player. I mean, he has broken so many records and also impacted to the team positively so many times. So in Isak's 44 Premier League goals over 2 seasons, it ranks him behind Mohamed Salah and Erling Haaland. So that means he's actually a big deal. And another thing that makes him so important, and another thing that makes him so valuable, is his intelligence, his movement, and quality of finishing. Are you hearing this? If you have a kid that plays football, you should be listening to all these things. Intelligence, movement, finishing, quality. And we also have Liverpool's calculated gamble on a proven talent. Basically, Liverpool have opted for certainty in a market filled with £50 million to £90 million gambles on unproven forwards. They are spending big on a player who has already thrived in the Premier League. He's a big deal.
It's going to be interesting. Let's watch out how this is going to play out. But with this part, we definitely say when it's time for PL Zone, it's time for the sports guys come in. We have more conversations around this, and definitely we'll be delving into other issues in the world of sports. But Sotium is trending. Sotium, actually, the person who actually used Sotium in terms of having fun and all that was MDK. Medical. He was saying
it was actually him that made me
Sotium.
No Sotium. He was just there, but he kind of gave it a hype. He made it what it is. You understand?
Medical actually gives Sotium the hype, but Sotium is not trending for good reasons, and it's been on the trends for some time now. This morning, it's just sad that there was a clash there between rivalry chiefs when the sprinkling of the Popoe was going on over the weekend, and you can see the shots, very sad one. It's just something that we just wouldn't want to accept in our communities. But we'll be delving deeper into this later on the show. But let's bring you some
No, but you know what makes me sad about this?
Why?
What makes me sad about this is the fact that they were actually sprinkling the Popoe before everything started. I mean, that's supposed to be like a ritual, right?
Yeah.
And then why do you decide to fight during a ritual?
It's an issue with boundary. So when you are sprinkling the pupui or the pekpele as we know it, you sprinkle it within areas that you have it's your jurisdiction, it's your territory, you have authority over. But if you go into someone else's territory, it becomes another issue. So for instance, you can't have a chief from Gamashi sprinkle pupui through to Osu.
Right,
That's not allowed.
right.
You understand? And you wouldn't have a chief from maybe Tesano sprinkle pupui to
Somewhere else.
La Paz.
Yeah.
Because when you get to La Paz, that is not...
There's a boundary.
Yeah, there's a boundary. It's someone else's jurisdiction that the person has to sprinkle the pupui. So we will delve deeper into this later on the show and find out from the authorities what the situation is there currently and what the authorities will be doing. We know that the police has issued a statement wading into sort of an investigation.
Yeah.
You can see it on the screen. So the Accra Regional Police Command has initiated an investigation into the violent incident during the climax of the annual Homo festival at Anya and Sotium on Saturday, 30th August 2025. Preliminary investigations reveal that a misunderstanding broke out between followers of two rival chiefs during the sprinkling of the traditional food pupui, leading to an exchange of gunfire. The situation escalated when some attendees attempted to leave the festival grounds, resulting in further attacks at Olebu. So it's just a very sad one that happened over the weekend. The names of the individuals that passed on have been mentioned in there and all that. But we will be getting into it deeper on the show. Some few comments that are coming on this says that, hi, Ghana Police Service, we are requesting for Manjo and Sotium to be put under strong surveillance, which we understand that there is heavy police presence in the area till this bloodshed stops. These thugs are out there terrorizing and shooting people as we speak. This tweet came earlier. Enough is enough. Another one too that came, those that got shot, and King's son as well. Rest well, Governor. So we understand a chief's son was also shot. So on the screen too, you can also see this comment coming. I said, this is heavy. Festivals are meant to unite us, not spoil or not spill blood. The Omanjo Sotium clash is sad reminder of how unresolved disputes can overshadow culture. Hoping authorities step in swiftly to restore peace and prevent further losses. It's been said by government that what even takes majority of our resources by way of finances is chieftaincy disputes, because you would have chieftaincy disputes scattered all over the country or dotted all over the country, having issue in up north, middle belt of the country, southern belt of the country. So this one says that aren't they supposed to be one and celebrate the festival in peace? Is a very sad one, because last week it happened also in Teshi, where we understand that some people were killed.
So another person is saying we are supposed to be a peaceful nation.
Yeah.
With a heartbreak emoji. And Joan Carlos Santiago, how are guns roaming our communities like this? We need to start questioning our security services, because growing up, you hardly even hear of knives, fight talk of less gunfight. Now it's like everyone owns a gun.
Anyway, so this one too comes, so you just read this one, this one too. It's just funny that this issue is turning out to be something that is not helping, that we would need the government to address soon. And if something is not done about it, maybe may escalate into something else. But we are just hoping and praying that something will be done about it in the near future, so that we see how things will pan out to be in this country. But for now, though, we will be continuing with the show.
Yeah, no, but we actually have another trend that is tech-based. on Spotify.
What does Spotify say?
Well, Spotify is actually launching a messaging app to actually be more social. And they are, you know, doing like a whole DM system where you can DM people. Before it wasn't like that.
Really?
If you have the Spotify app, it's just about listening to music. And if you want to send someone the music, all you need to do is just copy the link and then send it to the person.
You can chat the person through.
Like a whole social media platform. Do you understand?
Everybody's advancing,
and
you know?
then that one, like, so I can actually chat with you.
Oh, wow. On Spotify?
Yes. Hey, Phil, listen to this song. I am listening to what do you think of it? This is a great song. And you text me back, oh, I love it so much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they are thinking of launching
That's it for Spotify. It's
interesting. But internationally, that's in Nigeria, the story of the Dangote truck.
Yes,
has also been making waves since yesterday night. And it came up yesterday night because...
there was an accident?
You know, there was an accident 19 days ago, or 20 days ago, where the Dangote truck actually hit the sister of Fina. Fina is like the winner of Big Brother Nigeria, I think of 2 years ago or 3 years ago. So he hit the sister, and right when she graduated, she was celebrating her graduation day.
Just sad.
And the truck came out of nowhere and then hit her, which actually affected her feet, and they amputated her leg. I mean, they amputated the whole leg. And they were thinking of amputating the second leg. But then again, she got into a coma. And, you know, it was so long. So everything happened in 20 days. And people were asking for the Dangote company to take over the bills, to take over the girl's family, because she has kids. So, you know, unfortunately, the news came that she died yesterday.
Oh, that's sad.
Yeah, so Nigerians are still calling on Dangote to do something about it. And the whole anger is the fact that when people were talking about this issue, when people were making noise about this issue, they seem to be silent.
This was a statement that was issued.
So it was yesterday that this statement came from the family's lawyer.
It's sad.
Yeah.
It's sad. Anyway, may her gentle soul rest
in peace.
In perfect peace. Let's bring you the video of the day. Waxing.
And that's the video of the day. But have you had any of those procedures before, those facials before?
Oh, but you can see Santo here, so what am I going to do?
No, it's not about the Santo. It's
but
about,
what?
you know, clearing your pores.
Maybe one of these days I will.
Yeah, but don't worry, your face is not going to change like that.
Anyway, that's the video of the day. Just to put smiles on your face as we get into our communities. We are visiting a community close to you. We wouldn't want to leave the Greater Accra region. We want to start in the Greater Accra region first before we move to other regions. This over the weekend, like we indicated on trends, there was a very disaster. There was a disaster that happened at Sotium, Omanjo, Olebu, thereabouts. It's between the G Central, G North municipalities over the festival that was celebrated there. It went viral. It's been spoken about a lot by people. The government has also come out to issue a statement. If I say the government, that is the Ghana Police Service, has come out to issue a statement and saying what it is doing about the issue in the municipality or in the area, which is a very serious issue. But what we are also getting from the police is that the police is investigating the issue. But before we talk about this, let's play you the videos of what transpired in the area after we would have conversations on that and what happened in Sotu, Momanjo, or Lebu area.
If you don't know, you throw something, you regret. Hey, what do you mean? Throw it there, you see. If you throw something, I'll flash you, see. What do you mean? Hey, what do you mean? If you touch this commander, you will regret. Foolish man. Hey, watch him, watch him. Asa! Hey, Baba, we have enough. Baba, sit down. Sit, okay, come.
It's sad. If you know,
I have so many questions. Gunshots in broad daylight like that.
Gunshots in
That's
broad
one,
daylight.
like,
Yes.
Where did they even find the guns from?
Another question people are asking: the proliferation of firearms in this country. What the police is doing about it, or
the police was even running.
Maybe the kind of sophisticated weapons they have, the police do not have. But I like the fact that the police has issued a statement. The police is doing something about it and bringing peace in the community. Because mind you, if you know this place very well, if you are from Ofankor and you take Mensa Ado onto the stretch to Omanjo, this is sort of in between Mensa Ado and the Omanjo lorry station. So I should think that it's something that maybe somebody would say, or the argument you're also getting is that somebody was ambushed and somebody was attacked and all that. But let's bring you a fuller version of the police statement. So the police has said that the Accra Regional Police Command has launched an investigation into violent clashes that occurred during the climax of the Homo Festival at Anya and Sochum Saturday, August 30, 2025. According to a press release signed by the Superintendent Juliana Obin, Head of Public Affairs for the Accra region, the violence reportedly began during the traditional sprinkling of pupwe, the ceremonial food of the festival. A misunderstanding between supporters of two rival chiefs led to an exchange of gunfire through the celebration into chaos, or throwing the celebration into chaos. The incident escalated further when some festival attendees attempted to leave the grounds, resulting in more attacks at nearby Olebu. So Olebu, we understand, is within the G Central municipality, but if you move away from Olebu and you're going to Amamole area, it's within the G North municipality. 3 people have been confirmed dead. They are Abubakar Ramadan Saba, also known as Ni Kwashibu, Theophilus Ni Amu Kwajan, and Joseph Shaibu Dodu. Their bodies have been taken to the police hospital morgue for preservation and autopsy. 4 others sustained injuries, and we'll mention their names later on the show. But joining us is the Municipal Chief Executive for G Central, Emmanuel Adote Alote, who also doubles as the chairman for the Municipal Security Council, MUSEC. Hello, sir. Good morning.
Good morning.
I trust you are doing well.
Very well.
I'm doing good. Can you let us understand, as the chairman or the leader for the Municipal Security Council, what have you picked up concerning this issue?
Yes, like you said, we were supposed to have a very peaceful festival on Saturday, and the festival turned into a different thing altogether. Though we picked intel 3 weeks ago, and then we put in all the measures with the support of the Sotum Police Command and the Odoko Divisional, command. The Sotum Police Command and the Anya Police Command, they are all under the Odoko Divisional Commander, in the person of Mr. Kofi Sapon. So we picked the intel, and we actually had a series of meetings. Where the incident took place is actually under Ganof, that's Omanjo, actually under Ganof. So we picked the intel, but we share a boundary with them, that's the Soto Mambo side. So when we picked the intel, we all had our separate meetings, and then we put in the measures. And the chiefs were all restricted in terms of where they can celebrate the festival. But it's unfortunate, as you know, that some decided to trespass and then go against whatever rules we put in place. We have a chief for Omanjo, and another one was also installed some few months ago. But per our work, we are not into the determination as to who is the right chief or otherwise. Ours is to ensure that there's a peaceful activity, going on around Omanjo and Soto, which is the boundary of the G Central or Anya Soto. So because of that, we met the 2 factions and asked them that to avoid any chaos, let us have a celebration confined to where the chief stays and just the surrounding. Let's say the road in front of the chief palace. Nobody should crisscross and then go beyond 50 to 100 meters, coming to another zone. So for us, we believe, or we were promised that they will go by that. And that is what we put in place at my side and the G MCE. So I was listening with the G MCE, that's Honorable Akwatia, and he also shared the same thing with me. In fact, the divisional commander for the Odoko division, Mr. Kofi Sapon, also came around, and those were the things we put in place. So we were taken aback when on Saturday we were told that one faction has gone beyond the restrictions we placed as far as the celebration is concerned, and has crisscrossed to other areas, which generated that disturbances and then confusion, and for that matter, they have to start throwing stones to each other. And you see, because of the measures we put in place, I think the police also went with minimum ammunition or let me say things that they can use to enforce when chaos, starts. So the police were a bit handicapped when it became, very serious. And we were a bit surprised that some of them carried on them guns with live ammunition in them. And that's what created the whole thing around Omanjo, after the Omanjo lorry station.
Wow.
So basically, that's what happened. And the rules we just put in place, in fact, they all agree and they all promise. And I believe if you check from the Ganoff MCs, their minutes, they all put their signatures to read that they'll limit the activities to their residents and just the road in front of where their palace is located. So we were not anticipating that one will face cost. But even if one has face cost, I think the other faction should have allowed the police to enforce whatever we put in place. The other faction did not allow the police to enforce whatever we put in place, and that, created a chaos that we all witnessed.
But you said you received intel, or you were able to pick up something on the grounds, pick information on the grounds 3 weeks prior to the sprinkling of the popo or to this incident. I want to find out from you, what was the information you received? Is it that there was going to be sort of a chaotic incident when the sprinkling was going on, or there were issues with the chieftaincy, chieftaincy disputes in the area? For that reason, you anticipated that something of this nature could happen?
Yes. The intel we pick has to do with the chieftaincy issues in the area. And once you have two factions, as far as the chieftaincy is concerned, certainly there will be misunderstanding. So the intel is such that one decided that he will be sprinkling the people from his end to the other end, which more or less to them it signifies that I have control over the entire land, that is Omanjo. And the other person also says that I will restrict you or I will challenge you on that because you are not the right chief. So from there you can calculate the risk involved, that once there's going to be a banter as to where they will each sprinkle the festive food, certainly they are going to fight. And that's the reason why quickly we have to come in and have a meeting with them and to restrict them. And also make sure on the day of celebration we'll have police. Ideally, if you are celebrating festival, we should have police patrolling the area. But because of the intel we pick, we plan that then the police will we'll dispatch the police to patrol the area, and also we'll make sure everybody will follow the restrictions we have put in place. So those were the things that we picked before. And we thought once we have picked the intel 3 weeks ago and we have sat them down and we have arranged that you should do it within this peripheral, let's say from your house to 100 meters. You should also do it in this direction. And the two claimants to the chieftaincy are far apart in terms of where they stay. So then we know with the police patrol moving up and down, by evening we should have a peaceful celebration, which normally the Sunday happens to be what we call the Mwawala. They are asking for blessings and thanking God that the festival went on. So that's the reason why we put these measures in place. We didn't pick any intel that they will come with their boys and some of them will have live ammunition or guns with bullets and all that. That, I think, was on our blind side. You see, that's how the whole thing happened.
Right. Okay, so now that this has happened, and I'm sure there's some sort of tension in the area, are there some measures put in place to actually protect the residents? Like, is there a curfew? Is there something that is actually put in place to protect the residents and let calm reign until, everyone goes about with their business as usual?
Yes, we've done that. Somewhere on Saturday, just after the incident, we quickly rushed to the divisional commander, that's what we call police divisional commander. We sat with the commander for Tutum. We even informed region. So we have more men now from Saturday afternoon as we speak. We have more men on the ground with the rightful ambitions to ensure there's peace and order in Omanjo and part of Sotum. So you are right, we put in the right measure, and we are reviewing whatever they are doing on the ground in minute after minute. Even this morning, I've had a meeting with my colleagues from the North side, that's the MCE, Mr. Akwatia, had a discussion, and we have reviewed what they're supposed to do. And currently, as we speak, we have called for both sides, the G Central and G North. We've called for emergency music meetings to review the situation on the ground and to ensure if we have to deploy more. Regional Police Command has also sent more men on the ground with the right ammunition to forestall anything that may happen. We know once the Sotum chief, that's Ni Ofori Osabu son, has been killed, the Asapo boys will also like to retaliate. So we have put in the right measures in terms of police. I am on my way after my music meeting to also commensurate or to console the chief, that's the new Ofori chief of Sotum. And behind the scenes, I will also talk to him to call the boys to order. They cannot MC do the same thing based on our phone conversation. I told him to do the same thing after the music meeting. He should call the chief to one place and then advise to make sure their boys will not also go on the street too. Also, but in terms of the work of the police, we have more police, more of the men on the ground, and the place is calm as we speak.
Right. And also, before I asked you that question, you actually stated that you had an intel that, one person, had the plan to, cross to another side, which is not really his boundary, and the other people heard it too and actually said they are going to retaliate. So when you heard something like that, now that we know the cause, or now that we know the problem or the start of the issue, how are you going to deal with whoever started this?
Yeah, so the focus now has to do with the maintaining peace and law and order in the area with the police presence. When we are done, and once they are dead too, we also have to attend to those who are dead and then console the families and see how best we can give them the fitting burial. When we are done, we'll review whatever policies we put in place prior to the celebration. And whoever, the police has to report us as to whoever crisscross or sidestep the rules we get in place. And with that, the police will take action. We will enforce the laws, because we told them that once you are not able to follow what we put in place, and we are able to pick whoever sidestep the rule, we will make sure the laws take effect. So that will be done. But we want to handle the immediate situation, which is maintaining peace, law and order around Omanjo and parts of Sotum.
Honorable, you have been in the municipality for a very long time. Is this the first time we are witnessing such an incident or this kind of incident?
I may say in terms of this is the first time, but in terms of the confusion and the disturbance and the chaos, this is not the first time.
But is it that on the day of the event, you anticipated this though, but the men you deployed on the grounds weren't enough? Because in the video, we noticed that the policemen on the grounds weren't as many as ordinarily we would have thought that it should be.
Yes, the deployment is based on assessment we did, and it's based on the series of meetings we had with them. We had a lot of meetings. I happen to be more or less somebody from Accra. So aside the music meetings we had with them, we also had series of meetings behind closed doors with our people. Let me say, my relatives. So with all the assurance that they gave, that led to the number of deployments that we did. You get it? The assurance they gave and the assessment that we did called for the number of men that we picked from Anya Police Command and the Sotum Police Command.
Okay.
If we had picked something different, I'm sure we would have escalated the issue to the regional command so that we have more men than the ones that we deploy to the police.
Are there other activities that will be embarked on by the traditional authorities or the indigenes by way of maybe finishing up with the Homo festival, or that was it?
We are not going to allow for any activity. Everything must be put, on hold. No activity, whether the celebration was halfway through or fully done. We don't care about that for now, because whatever we put in place, we have violated. And when we sit and have a discussion, and you violate the principles or the policies you put in place, you don't have any room to call for. So no activity is supposed to take place. Everybody must be indoor. Of course, those who are going to work this morning, going to school this morning, going to market can go. The police will ensure the place is safe in you. But in terms of sexual activities or whatever, any gathering will not be tolerated, until we have been able to put everything under control. No gathering, no occasion.
Finally, before you take leave of us, some of the residents say they are living in fear following what happened there over the weekend. Any message to them to allay their fears as they go about their day-to-day activities?
I want to take this opportunity to give them full assurance that the police, they have been rightful placed to handle this situation. The police is under full control. So nobody should desert the area, pack your things and leave the area. No. We'll make sure there will be peace, law and order in that area. So they should take that full assurance from me. They should just go about their normal duty. What we are avoiding is gathering. We don't want people to gather at any place. We are against gathering for any occasion, any program, no, for now. But once you are going out to work, school, market, or any other thing, I think they should be rest assured that the police will give them the full protection in the area.
Anyway, thank you so much, Honorable. We are grateful for your time. Emmanuel Alote is the Municipal Chief Executive for G Central. And so if you're an MC, definitely you are the chairman of the Municipal Security Council, MUSEC. We are grateful that you've shared this with us. He has stated clearly that some sort of security or safety has been brought to the area and every individual there is safe. But Chris, that is what we are getting from the MCE for the area. One side of the area, another is also the Ganoth municipality that is headed by the municipal chief there, that is Honorable Agbo. But the question that we keep asking is that for how long will this be going on in our various communities, and people's lives will be at risk, and at the end of the day people will be dying here and there. But then again, it's a festival, it's not a battleground. It's just for us to commemorate or to sort of celebrate what has happened in the past, like Hutnat Hanga. That is Homo festival that we all celebrate in our various communities. This is a very sad incident.
I think it's a very, apart from being sad, it's pathetic from especially those that came together to sign a pact to say that, okay, we're going to respect the rules. You understand? There have been rules put down for you all because everybody knows that there's tension between you all. So if they put down rules to avoid any tension, I don't see the reason why someone would knowingly want to cross lines. Someone would knowingly want to cross boundaries just to show power. And I think that should be looked at, because if that person didn't say that, or if that person didn't say, look, we're going to cross any boundaries, this wouldn't have been happening. We wouldn't have been sitting here talking about this morning. 2 people wouldn't have been gone by now.
It's just sad.
So I feel like after all this, when there's calm, the police really need to look at this all the way to the bottom. Whoever started this should be picked up. Because lives have been lost.
If not just 1, 3. That's a very sad incident. But anyway, we will bring you more on the show. Let's go for this quick break. When we come back, there is more for you on Breakfast Daily.
Nation full of questions, where truth often hides behind noise, one show dares to ask what truly matters face to face. With fearless clarity and a quest for accountability, host Marisanda Amadou sits down with the movers and shakers of politics, governance, society, and business, confronting the issues that define our national conversation.
The party itself has said that whenever you are in opposition, you should choose flag bearers early.
So what you are trying to tell me is that you want somebody who is going out to come and select a leader for you. So the next person will come and say, but I didn't select him.
Direct victim of attack, violent attack.
Where and when?
The first one happened in Parliament. I was pregnant.
Now, for me, it was legitimized by a radio or TV station giving her
a position to work.
So for you, take issue with GH1 and what and giving it a platform.
That is where the minority is. We are on them. We've asked questions.
President Mahama will be a mean president if he prioritized only his children and DCP. He needs to demonstrate a Ghanaian government.
Every Tuesday at 9 p.m., join Umaru Sanda Amadou on Face to Face as he digs deeper, challenges power, and reveals the stories shaping Ghana's future. Only on Channel 1 TV.
And you're welcome back. It's still Breakfast Daily, and we're still in our communities. Earlier we spoke about a clash at Swotum, and now we are going back to the Savannah region where there is another clash. It seems like today is actually from one clash to the other. So in the Savannah region, there has been a clash that's causing over 800 people to flee from their homes. So the displaced persons who are originally from the Swalatouna Kalba district are now seeking refuge within the Wenchi municipality. Let us watch this report, and when we come back, we'll be speaking to our correspondent and others to know what this is about and how this is going to be solved.
A total of 880 people, including 143 men, 173 women, and 564 children, have been displaced from the Sola Tuna Kaba district in the Savannah region following violent clashes over land ownership that claimed several lives. The victims have sought shelter in Wenchi municipality in the Bono region, settling in communities such as Subinsu No. 1 and 2, Nwase, Bontiso, and Boadan. Officials have confirmed 3 deaths since their relocation. Jennifer Danju, a 32-year-old mother of 2, recounts her harrowing escape to Subinsu No. 2.
Asemni kwesiada. Nti na jora no pana yeto no mo se esem ntokwasi solachi. Nti solachi na nimonimu ya na sanete se omo kunkrofo na duru akura. Nti eti anima na mrate bi frɛ se nti ya yewo de na yiri yemfiri ho. Nti mrante ne giye ko hye wurom. Nti eduru wurom na yete se ntuni etutu kuro ho. To omo frɛ se mpapa keto. Omo kuno mempra mienu ka ho. Ti efiri obeduru kuro ha pa nkomo. Nti police fu be fa funu no ye hu obi a obehwe ya chi wo mae na ja ye dwan beto ha ye beduru ahanum no nkrofo na agye o agye ne sampa na omo da so hwe.
Since their arrival, the chief of Subinsu No. 2, Nana Nango Pantu II, a resident, have mobilized resources to provide shelter and support for the displaced families.
Na loki se hey na kwa santa na bibiri wo binim so firi nkyira ne anyuman alo bifurum to omo da ade che omo de ekwa ma ho ahehan batne omuni ba bia kore de sisi omi na agu ho sisi wo hwe ne ma agu ho ya me de asrede ato ayi ahomai so nti e wanora ne ma omo de be cha emini ai se ma fra se mirman so omra na ompe mutoke na omfa nkoma omo amudi abai ti ye de nka ti e ba bia sunwemu efiri ayi sora ne bole fontokwa na abedu ha.
In response, NADMO, in collaboration with the Wenchi Municipal Assembly, has distributed emergency relief items including rice, cooking oil, mattresses, polling mats, plates, caps, buckets, solar lamps, mosquito nets, and used clothing. Bono Regional NADMO Director Fatih Kane has called for more assistance to meet the growing demands of the displaced population.
We want to thank the Subinisu chief very much for, giving accommodation to the affected people. In fact, it's not anyone who opened his heart to accommodate people like that, because there are many, and females and children that you will see much being affected. So, in fact, we will all thank the chief for his kindness. And again, I'm pleading to the country, Ghana as a whole, Bono region, and Wenchi specifically, that we should all come on board to support the people who are in need. Because violence, when it comes, it affects children and women most.
The chief of Lobby community in Subinsu number 2, Nana Sansa Sompiti, accepted the supplies on behalf of the families, expressing gratitude for the intervention.
In fact, wayade. Ono na wura film market adwaduane kakra. Ena kromafo no so ne ofus. O mi no no yibako, no waja bako. Sa. Ntaduane so de nyame adom. Adomfo bi nti omudi ti. Na mo amudi aba nso. Edamas. Nyame hia mo pa.
Meanwhile, the Ghana Police Service has intensified patrols in host communities to ensure the safety and security of those seeking refuge.
As I mentioned, as they are strangers from different areas that they have all come here. So my advice is that they should take their security very, very serious. They should not be moving around, and also they should not be discussing issues that will rather bring tension here. So that is what they have to do. Currently, my men are also on the ground, and we will see to it that they are safe here. That is it.
And there you have it. Very sad story. And I don't know. I was talking to Philip before we got on air to make me understand what this whole situation looks like, but it looks deeper than what we are just seeing, you know, traveling from the Savannah region down to the Bono region. Anyway, we have our correspondent, Michael Sapon Umfom, our Bono region correspondent, and he's on the line right now, so let's talk to him and know what is really happening. Hi, Michael.
Hi, Chris.
Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, great. Doing very well.
All right. So, Michael, can you paint a picture of what the whole situation looks like at this point?
Thank you very much. You know what happened in Sola Tunakaba district somewhere last week, where land dispute led to the death of some persons. So, because of that, these persons, numbering 880, made up of 143 men, 173 women, and 564 children. Have to move to the Wanchi municipality to seek for refuge because they are afraid they could be killed in the ongoing land dispute within the Sola Tunakaba district. So as we speak, they are spread across about 5 communities. Students number 1, number 2, in Wase, Botiso, and Boadan. These are all communities within the Wanchi municipality. Unfortunately, the records has it that 3 persons lost their lives after they relocated to the Wanchi municipality, and God also being so good, 3 expectant mothers have also delivered safely within last week.
Wow. Michael, let's understand this. Is it that the Benyeri place to Wanchi, what mode of transport did they use? Is it by boat? Is it canoe? Or let's say water, road? Or how did they get to the place?
They came by road.
Okay.
They came by road, yes. They came by road by using the Wanchi Wa road. They came by road, these Kia trucks and cargo trucks. That's what they came by.
So not even buses?
No. According to what we gathered. You know, when there is, when such things happen, you can't even plan. So with a little thing that they had on them, they have to run away to save their lives. And I must say that the Subinsu number 2 chief, Nana Pintu the second, and his people have done very, very well, because before even Nagbo even went on board to donate foodstuffs and other items, the chief and his people have even been able to mobilize food and clothing for this displaced person. So the chief and his people have really done very, very well to welcome these displaced persons within the community.
Okay.
So there are others in other communities. The majority of the people are within the Subinsu number 2 community on the main Wanchi Wa highway.
for us to better understand this, is it that there was sort of like an agreement between the traditional authorities and the people, the displaced people, and they knew that, oh, we are coming to the Wenchi area of the Bono region? Was it like that, or they just came and all of a sudden just settled at that place?
Yeah, they just came and settled, and they had some of their relatives within that Wenchi community, in that community, especially Subinso. They are called the lobby people, so they know some of their people are there.
Okay.
So they have to come down and seek refuge there. But some are not from there. They are not from there, but because they knew some of their relatives are there, others have to join as well. Those who do not even have relatives in the community, they have to join to protect themselves from being attacked.
All right, so let's talk about the people that do not have relatives, and obviously the Wenchi people too. Is there like an IDP camp, like a camp for internally displaced people that has already been prepared? Or would they now look forward to prepare something like that? And do they have those resources to do that?
For now, some of them are in classrooms, and some of also, they've gotten some rooms in the community for them. For now, there are no tents, and as we speak, the Wenchi Municipal Assembly, and in collaboration with the Bono Regional Nagbo Directorate, are putting their hands together to see how they could really help more after donating those items to them over the weekend. And as school also reopens tomorrow, we are looking forward to see how they are going to manage the situation. But for the time being, as I said, the community have really done very well. They've been able to secure some accommodations for them to lodge in the time being.
Right.
As this incident happened, visiting the area, aside NADMO, have you seen any other authorities coming by to say, hey, we would want to also assist these individuals having suffered what they are going through in Beniri?
For now, no. But the inhabitants of Subinsu number 2 have really done very well. They've donated foodstuffs, used clothing, and other things that will make at least life somehow okay for these displaced persons. So apart from NADMO, the Wenchi Municipal Assembly, and also the chief of Subinsu leading the path to mobilize foodstuffs, clothes, and other stuff, we are here to hear of any group going to the aid of these persons.
Let's understand this also, the occupation of these individuals. You said a number of them are men and also women, though the children, the majority is children, that's about 500. But did you ask them what the job they were doing back then in Beniri before they came to Wenchi?
Majority of them are farmers, and a few of them are also petty traders, but majority are farmers, and now they are even thinking about their farms.
Right.
But life is more precious, so I believe yeah.
All right, so looking at the footage, we can see that, there are children, there are women, and there are men. But most interestingly, there are aged people. How many aged people are there?
For now, the NADMO couldn't give us a definite number on the aged. They group them as women, and they group the men to yes. Because among the men, there are also young people within maybe the ages of 10 to 15 thereabouts. But the children are in the majority. They are 554. So you can imagine how many these children.
554. That's a lot. Anyway, it
could be more. It could be more.
Oh, there are a lot more coming.
For now, these are the only persons we have in the within the Subinsu number. They also feel distributed across the Wenchi municipality. But for now, as I said, the Wenchi municipality is on standby, preparing to even accommodate more people that will come into the municipality.
All right, so let's talk about the women that gave birth. Where are they now?
They are in the community. They delivered at the community health center within the Subinsu community. 3 in number.
3 in number.
Yes.
So meaning
And
they were pregnant while running through all that stress.
Yes, yes. So you can imagine an expectant mother rushing in this situation. It has not been easy for them, but they are being encouraged by the person. That, you know, the assembly is also doing very well, the community members, and as I said, everybody is playing his or her role to ensure that they are happy within the community. It has not been easy for them. You can imagine being pregnant and going through this trip.
All right, so let's talk about NADMO. I'm sure NADMO has already come to see them. Have they provided some relief items to them? And
Yes,
if yes, what are some of the relief items?
Yes, NADMO in collaboration with the Wenchi Municipal Assembly provided cooking oil, mattresses, polymats, plate caps, solar lamps, mosquito nets. They've been able to provide it. And apart from NADMO, as I said, the chief on his part also played a very significant role by also mobilizing foodstuffs for these displaced persons. So NADMO has gone to the aid, and they're also working around. They are also putting an appeal across to get more to support these displaced persons. Great.
Anyway, so there is still room for more support, I guess.
Yes. Because foodstuffs, within a few days will get finished. Yeah. So they are appealing to philanthropists, individuals, to even a nation as a whole to come on board to support them as they accommodate these 880 displaced persons within their work.
This is sad. Michael, thank you so much. Keep monitoring events for us there. Michael Sapon-Infom is our Bono regional correspondent, bringing us up to date what is happening in Wenchi, in the Bono region, following what is happening up north in Biniri. And mind you, everything that happens in this country has a rippling effect on another group in the country. And look at what is happening in Biniri. Now they are moving down to Wenchi, that is in the Bono region. If there are a lot more people who cannot survive, they'll move down to maybe the Ashanti region, trickle down to the Greater Accra region.
They'll spread around.
Yes.
That's how it works. That's
and
how,
becomes a nationwide thing.
That's how war happens.
I don't know.
And that's why they say war is actually very dangerous and it's also classified as a gender-based violence. Well, this is not war, but it looks like war. Do you understand? War is classified as gender-based violence because it mostly affects
the women and
children. Yeah. Women and children, because most of them are helpless. Most already depend on the men. So if you kill those men, who are going to take care of
the
those?
children?
Do you understand? And at the end of the day, we've seen the situation of pregnant women having to go through that journey. I don't know what the journey looks like. I really don't know. I don't even want to imagine. But, just think about it.
Like, and they come with buses.
God.
Came in cargo vehicle. And even what we saw last Thursday, there was a story that came out saying many people fleeing the Biniri communal clashes in the Solatuna Kalba district of the Savannah region are said to have drowned after the boat they were traveling on capsized on the Black Volta. You understand?
So that's another group.
Yes, that's another group.
So wait, you see, same problem but different groups.
Exactly. So the victims who were displaced by the Biniri land dispute were attempting to cross the river into neighboring Cote d'Ivoire on Thursday when the accident occurred at a place on the river. 6 people have since been reportedly rescued by the emergency response team. The Savannah Regional Director of the National Disaster Management Organization said the rescue team has been deployed to the scene to search for the missing victims. So trickling down, they said the conflict has displaced more than 1,500 people, mostly women, children, and persons with disability. But anyway, let's speak to... Yeah, this is very sad. Let's speak to the Wenchi Municipal Assembly Municipal Chief Executive, Gloria Jemfi, who will be sharing it with us what is happening in the area and what exactly the situation is. Hello, Madam, good morning.
Good morning.
I trust you are doing well.
By the grace of God, I'm doing very well. How about
Good.
you?
I'm also doing good. Let's understand what is happening in your municipality following the incident in Bediri in the Savannah region that people have now fled that place and have entered your municipality.
Yeah, some of our brothers who are displaced have come to our constituency to seek shelter. And as we speak, we have about 1,280 something people in the municipality. Last Wednesday, we went there, and Friday, I went there with the municipal Nagno.
Hello, madam, please, can you speak up a little for us? We can hardly hear you.
Sorry, I'm on my way to this. That's why. I said last Wednesday,
Yes.
that was when we heard the information that some due to the conflict in the Savannah region, some of our brothers have come to the municipality to seek shelter. So we went to Subinso, and there were about 650 plus people there. But after Friday, we had 1,280 people around. As I'm speaking to you, we have gotten information that even within Wenchi Town, Lobby Chief's house, there are some people there, and at Jansusutu. The issue is they have some of their relatives around. So anywhere the relatives are, they move there to seek shelter. So we can't pinpoint the final number that we have, but we know we have more than 1,200 people displaced in the constituency.
Wow. But what have you done in the interim to sort of give them some places to settle as you await the bigger one from maybe the state?
Yeah, interim, since I said they have some relatives, but looking at the number that you can find in a relative's house, it is not health-wise advisable to leave these people in one house to seek for accommodation or shelter. So at Subin, so we arranged with the 3 assembly members in that electoral area to make access of the zonal council office to them, especially the women and the children. I also spoke to the municipal education director to get access to classrooms, and really she also called the headmasters around there to avail the classroom. So that is what we have done so far.
And we understand.
Last Friday,
Go ahead.
Regional NADMO coordinator, Honorable Ajafa Tikande, and her team came to join the district coordinating director, Honorable Suleiman Mohammed. Then we all went to Subinso to donate some relief items to them. So far, this is what we have done. The Municipal Assembly also mobilized some food items to these people. On Thursday, our men and the NADMO personnel went to the market to solicit for food items to support from our market women to get some food items to support these people. So far, this is what we have done. But looking at the number that we are having and still counting, these things are not enough. We will need extra support or extra hands to be able to support these brothers and sisters.
So have you contacted or gotten in touch with the gender ministry or any authority to ask for this additional items you are demanding to help these individuals?
Yes, I spoke with the regional minister, and he also promised to do extra work to the nationality. Though I can call them, but protocol-wise, it should pass through the region. So he promised to call this morning, and I'm waiting for his call.
Beautiful.
But on Saturday, I spoke with the MP from Bole Bamboy to discuss these issues with him, and he promised that he's going to get back to me. As I'm speaking, the Director General of NADMO National is on his way to the municipality.
Wow.
So for us to go around. So,
That's nice.
So far, we have contacted some national personnel to get support to assist these our sisters and brothers.
So what you have currently could last you for like how many days or weeks before you run out?
For the food items, if I'm not mistaken, I will say that we have almost run out of food items. But the clothing are still coming. Yesterday, we went to churches to announce this and solicited for their support. This morning, I have been called by the Trinity Catholic Church priest for us to come for some relief items.
Right.
And the driver is going to bring it. As I was also on my way to the lobby chief, who is within the Boadan community in the municipality, to see the people there and then discuss one or two things before the call came in. So for the food items, I can say that they are not enough at all. But for the clothing, they can manage it for some time.
Anticipating that you'll be receiving a lot more people from that area and to seek refuge in Wenchi.
Come again?
Are you anticipating that you receive a lot more people from Biniri?
Definitely, since we know the conflict there, the issue is coming down. But they're looking at the devastating nature of the whole place. Going back immediately will be a problem. And those people whose family members have come to seek refuge within the municipality, if they get contact that they are here and they are safe, we know that they will also come and join them to really ascertain whether they are safe or not. So we are anticipating that lots of people will be coming into the constituency, even if the conflict over there calms down.
Right. Is this the first time something like this is happening here?
Yes, from the Savannah region, yes, because we have not gotten such. But from other regions, some years ago, it happened like that. Yeah, it happened like that, and they were hosted when the conflict between the Kokomba and the other people. Some people ran to the municipality, and they were hosted here. The government was supporting them.
Right. And those years, do you know if there were any camps that were made, you know, in place? I mean, that were put in place for people to stay?
Yes, that time the chief, Nana Abefa Morebedi to may his soul rest in peace, gave them a place where we now call it Konkoma community. So that is where it was given to them to host them. And now that place has become like a whole community because people later on stayed back, never went back to their community.
Right.
So they have stayed and they are now part of the municipality.
Anyway, before we you take leave of us, is there any appeal you would want to make by way of getting assistance from benevolent people or from the state?
Yes. I would like to appeal to our president. I know he's back from the trip, to assist these people. And the most important thing is to make sure calm is restored in the region so that those there can have, or they can go back to their normal life. Those here will also have their peace of mind. Because whenever we go there to visit them, looking at their facial expressions and their voices, the way they sound, you could see that they are so terrified and a lot of things are going through them as they are thinking about them. So the most important thing is when there is calm restored in their community, they also have peace of mind here. And also to all the people listening to us this morning or watching your station this morning, asking for their support. especially food items and shelter for our displaced brothers and sisters. So anything at all will be welcome to go a long way to support these people. We are seeking for everybody who can hear us, who are listening to us, to come to our aid and support us, because the municipality alone cannot do it, and the government alone too cannot do it, because I know that this is not the only place they have come. There are a lot of places. So anyone listening to us should come to our aid. You can get to the WII Municipal Assembly and we discuss how you can help us. And we will take it from there. We can also give you the NADMO director's contact in case there's anything that they want to give out. The contact to go to us.
Okay, Madam Gloria, thank you so much for your time. We are grateful you joined us to tell us what is happening on the grounds and what the Assembly is doing about it. She is the MCE for WII Municipal Assembly, Gloria Opoku JMV, talking to us there. Grace, at a point I got emotional. It's sad that, like you indicated, the children and the women are bearing the brunt of what is happening there, though there are some men amongst them. But you could see how young these children are. Ideally, they should be in school. You should see how fragile these old women are. They should be having a place to be resting by now, taking in maybe their cola or taking in their breakfast, their lunch, their supper, sleeping, and having time for themselves. Not to be moved from one place to the other as if they are criminals as a result of a dispute that could be settled. We do not want to go into the dispute. We do not want to talk about the dispute. But when some of these things are being done, think of...
They do not consider.
Think of the person close to you.
They do not consider anybody. It's just them. It's a selfish act. It's just sad.
Because this land, maybe you may be fighting over. It's something that has been there years. You came to meet it, you die and leave. But what becomes of the people who are supposed to be in this community? Biniri, they are supposed to be there. They are supposed to stay there. Something that started with just about 5-6 people dying, what is not just because those are lives, now has led to the place becoming a ghost town because everybody is running away. What we read is about 1,500 people fleeing. What the MC said,
we read 800 and something.
Over 1,200 in the community. So what of people who have also moved to other neighboring countries? Exactly. So because we understand that people were moving to Cote d'Ivoire and the boat capsized. So what at all is becoming of these things that every now and then there is a chieftaincy issue here, there is a land dispute here, and it's affecting everybody. The Interior Minister, please take charge. The caretaker Defense Minister, Atufosin, please take charge. Because see, if we do not get this thing resolved immediately, like the MCA is saying, we cannot control what is going to happen in the WII Municipal Assembly or other places in this country. Well, that said, let's go for this quick break. When we come back, we have more for you, including an interview on This is Ghana exhibition and fair. Stay with us.
In a world filled with challenges, we all need guidance, hope, and a lifeline to anchor us.
This is Lifeline, and I'm your host, Fred Crunchy Mensa.
From social issues, relationship challenges, and family matters, Lifeline is here to inspire, uplift, and guide you on your journey.
Where we give you support, where we hold your hand through the valley and through the thick and thins of life.
Join Bishop Fred Crunchy Mensa.
I welcome you especially to Lifeline.
Every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. right here on Channel 1 TV. Let's walk this path together, strengthen our faith, our families, and our lives. Lifeline, because every soul deserves a guiding light. Tune in to Lifeline on Channel 1 TV and let's grow together.
stars come out. Ghana Weekend turns up the lights. From the hottest red carpet moments to the wildest after parties. And for all your celebrations, anniversaries, and unforgettable moments, if it's happening, we're there. First, fast, and fabulously. Your front row pass to Ghana's A-list lifestyle is just a click or a channel away. GhanaWeekend.com and Ghana Weekend TV, where fame meets the fans. Promote your next big event with us, because when you party with the stars, the whole nation of black stars should know. Visit GhanaWeekend.com, watch and subscribe to Ghana Weekend TV on YouTube. Stay connected with us across all platforms. Follow us on Instagram with the handle at GhanaWeekend.com, on X at Ghana Weekend, on TikTok, Ghana Weekend, and on Facebook at Ghana Weekend. Join the Ghana Weekend family today. Ghana Weekend, all access, all glam, all yours.
We're grateful that you stay with us here on Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. Let's bring you more on the show. And we're about to talk about this is Ghana Exhibition and Fair. We keep telling you that you should be part of this important fair and exhibition. Call 0205-973-973 now for registration and paying to book your slot. In studio is one of the sponsors, Side Hustle. I'll ask you whether their thing is all about hustling, but definitely they're going to teach us how to hustle in our various communities and also how to stay afloat in this economy. In studio is Elon Foley, who is the founder for Side Hustle. You're welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
And how are you doing?
I'm doing well, by the grace of God.
I was asking, Side Hustle.
Yeah.
What do? You are teaching people how to hustle?
So, as I was saying, Side Hustle was actually birthed from my own personal experience. Like in 2009, I came back to Ghana with my degrees thinking I'll be hot cake. And it was very difficult for me to get a job.
What did you study?
So I did engineering and economics. So I thought, this is a very valuable and highly STEM field, right? For 3 months, I couldn't get a job. I went to many companies myself. I submitted CVs to perhaps over 50 of them.
50?
Yes. And then I found out that in Ghana, to really get a job, it's about who you know.
Yeah, maybe.
But for me, I realized that if I went through this, there's so many other people that went through something similar. And as my career progressed, I was obsessed with trying to find the solution, and I did a lot more research. The other, so of course, we all know unemployment is a problem, but the other statistic that was bothersome was that 90% of startups don't go past their 5th year.
Okay.
So that also creates a very interesting dynamic, because what it means is that even if you're working with an entrepreneur or a startup, the chances are in 5 years, the company may not exist, which means you're unemployed again. So in what we do at EK Brand Consult, we do branding, marketing, and technology with entrepreneurs. We realized that the information to help startups survive and for people to even be engaged in startups was available and free.
Okay.
Of course, with our consulting business, we could charge people to get this, but if it's a hindrance in creating businesses and for industries to grow, then we figured out that as part of our corporate social responsibility, we need to find a vehicle to deliver this for free to the people who needed it. And that's how the Side Hustle project was birthed, and then the Side Hustle platform as a whole existed.
That's interesting. And you've been in existence for how long?
So EK Brand Consult has been existent, at least in our current form, for 7 years. And Side Hustle, we've been toying with this idea for about 5 years. So just before COVID hit, and then of course we had to go back to the drawing board. But for 5 years, we've been working quietly, and then this is the year that we've decided to actually come out and get more people involved.
Wow. So within the 5 year space, how many people have you worked with, or you've been able to touch their businesses? Or?
Yes. So I would say we've been very active in the last 2 years. And in the last 2 years, we've worked with 200 people with various levels of their business, and it's all been completely for free. See, the idea for us is to have workshops, seminars, and provide information all the way from unemployed people or what we call the underemployed. So you are working at a place, but maybe transportation is taking most of your money, and you're thinking of what's next. We've done that with about 200 people. And so this year, one of our focuses was to scale up and reach more people, because the idea is that with more tools and information, and the easier it is to access it, the more likely it is that you're going to grow your company and hire more people, and then that helps alleviate the unemployment menace. Yes.
So people actually get in touch with you. You speak to them on how best you can go about your business. So let's be practical. Let's say you take someone who is into a business like an eatery. The person is into Indomie or jollof rice or fried rice or something. How do you come in there to assist the person or to help the person, since the person is also looking at, okay, fine, I want to survive on my personal business and also try and do something for myself. So I'd best also create job or for other people.
Yeah, so that's a very good question. In fact, this morning at around 7:15, I got a call from a gentleman called Apostle Newton. He's based in the Eastern region, and he heard about what we do last week. And so he reached out to me, and this was the question he had. Now, just to go back a little bit, I said before that we are trying to reach as many people as possible. And one of the things that we figured out this year was that we had a few churches reach out. And what they told us was, look, what you're doing seems interesting. We have the youth. And so what we do is that in that case, they reach out to us. They give us access to the youth and the auditorium, and then we have a little workshop for them. We've told them that if you have 50 people or more, we are more than happy to do that. If it's close to 50, we can do that. And that's how Apostle Newton even reached out to us. But whilst we were talking, he mentioned that he himself had sells some healthy products and was trying to figure out how to scale up. And I told him that, thanks for calling. I want to have maybe a 15-20 minute conversation with you, but based on our conversations in the last week, so he called me on Saturday and called me again today, I could tell that, well, with what he's doing, it's sales. And from his background, he comes off as a very trustworthy person. So if you have a one-on-one with him, you can tell that this is somebody who's concerned with giving you the best products. He's not trying to sell to you and quickly make a profit. So I said, look, that's good, but when we are moving to digital, that may not translate easily. So what we are looking at is, with someone like him, we have a conversation with him and say, how do we translate that from maybe WhatsApp conversations, WhatsApp calls, but the key for you, your competitive advantage is your trustworthiness. We need to digitize that. And then, of course, after all that is done, one of the hardest things in doing business in Ghana is chasing your own money. You can deliver a service, maybe your profit margin is supposed to be 500 cedis, you spend 490 cedis chasing the money. That's undesirable. So e-commerce comes into play, because if we're able to set you up with a simple e-commerce website so that when you speak to people, they are able to then go and order. If it's a serious offer, they order via mobile money, wallet, or Telecel cash. They're able to deduct immediately. You get the alert, and then we have a team of people in logistics who can then come and pick it up from your house and deliver it without any issue. So we have these conversations, and almost everyone, that's interesting, almost everyone has a similar problem. And for us, when we hear that, we just try and find a way to provide a solution at no cost.
So with the question I asked, that means the Indomie or the jollof seller could be on your platform, or you could be part of call contact side hustle. Then you tell how the person is going to go about it digitally. And then if it comes to delivery and payment, could also sort of assisting in all that.
So yes, so the example that you gave, when I look at it, the Indomie person, I want to talk to them. Everyone has a unique problem. The Indomie person might be at the corner. I think there's a good Indomie place in East Legon, close to the ANC Mall. It could be that you have some offices there that people like to walk out and get the Indomie. We look at it and realize that these people would wish they had a platform. The Indomie seller is not necessarily on boat food. If we can provide a simple interface where they can make the order and we have someone picked up and delivered to them, then we do that, and then everybody is happy in the value chain. So for us, one thing that I've said is that I think it's high time that we find our own solutions using technology, because oftentimes the tech solutions are not really customized for our environment, and that's how we're able to take advantage of it.
I'm glad. It's like you come to the consulting room.
Yes.
I get to know what your issue is.
Yes.
Then sort of you are diagnosed and you are given the needed treatment.
Yes.
That's a beautiful one from Side Hustle. Anyway, that's a long for you. But before you go, I want to find out for you, is there any special thing you'll be giving to vendors on the day that is the day of the exhibition and fair?
Yes.
And I'm sure they'll be coming to see you in their numbers with their peculiar issues and how you can help them.
Yes, so the key is that our website, that's www.sidehustle.com, that's SYDEHASSLE.com. You go there, you register, it's completely free. Once you register, we have a button, you can send a message there. A WhatsApp message to us. I also like to give my personal WhatsApp number.
Feel free.
The truth is, I tell people all the time that it's my personal number. I manage it myself. If you call, I may not be able to pick up because of my schedule. But if you send me a WhatsApp message, at least in the evenings, I'll make sure I respond to everybody. So my number is 055-818-2017. The truth is for us...
Mention it again.
055-818-2017. The truth is, even though we are kind of the originators of this idea of side hustle, what we believe is that for it to really work, we have to have complete ownership. Everyone has to be a part of it. If you have an idea for how we can do this better, then we really would like to hear from you. If you have a question, I had a message from a gentleman last week. He said he works in brand strategy and wants to find a way for us to work together. Hopefully I can meet him this week and see what we can do that's mutually beneficial. But reaching out to us is the best way for us to work together.
I'm excited. Side Hustle, the founder is Elom Fully. Make sure that you are part of the This is Ghana exhibition and fair and get to meet this gentleman and what Side Hustle can do for you to scale up your business from 1 to 10. Anyway, you are still watching Breakfast Daily here on Channel 1 TV. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, there is more for you on the show.
Looking for a one-stop shopping destination for all things made in Ghana? Eager to experience a remarkable fair that showcases the richness, creativity, and innovation behind Ghanaian products and services? Then get ready for the This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. The This is Ghana Exhibition highlights the brilliance of Ghanaian entrepreneurs, artisans, and businesses who continue to shape the narrative of homegrown excellence. This is Ghana's biggest trade fair and exhibition, bringing together SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing sectors, indigenous corporate bodies, and local creatives in one exciting space. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. Come explore, engage, and be inspired by the businesses and brands that are redefining made in Ghana across every sector. Get ready to be thrilled by live performances from Kwampa and the electrifying Inchin Band, adding music, rhythm, and culture to the celebration. The dates: Saturday the 6th and Sunday the 7th of September 2025. Time is 10 a.m. through to 5 p.m. each day. The venue is the A4 Sutherland Children's Park. For inquiries or participation details, call us on 0205-973-973. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM and is proudly sponsored by MTN, Ecobank, Side Hustle by EK Brand Consult, Ghana Enterprises Agency, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Exim Bank, and AVV Rice, and is supported by Twillium Industrial Company Limited and Build Financial Technology.
Welcome back. It's still Breakfast Daily, and right now we're about to have a conversation, and this is a conversation that will interest you if you are a woman, if you have a woman in your life, if you have a female in your family. As long as you're a female, have a female in your family. In fact, I think everybody should be part of this conversation. And this conversation is about polycystic ovary syndrome. Sometimes we say PCOS, or sometimes people like me just say PCOS, because it's easier. And we're going to be talking about polycystic ovary syndrome and nutrition. A lot of people are actually undiagnosed. A lot of ladies, women, girls are actually undiagnosed, walking around with polycystic ovary syndrome. And they never know until it's time to say, give birth. And that's when they realize that, oh, I have had polycystic ovary syndrome all this while. Anyway, this is going to be an interesting conversation, so feel free to send in your questions at any time, and we will also get to talk to, we'll send it to the right person to answer. And the right person today is Frederica Selwa Doku, who's a registered dietitian, a founder of PCOS Foundation here in Ghana. Hi, Frederica.
Hi, Chris.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Hey, today you're looking nice.
It's good to be back.
What's the occasion?
It's World PCOS Day.
Oh, it is! Yes. Oh, my.
PCOS Awareness Day. And it's the whole month as well. So we are going to, talk about PCOS the whole month. Right. Everything concerning PCOS.
Right. So, tell us, what's PCOS, polycystic ovary syndrome?
So, polycystic ovary syndrome is a hormonal condition that affects women of reproductive age. But then it goes on to say that it's not just hormonal, but it has an underlying metabolic factor. So it's both metabolic and hormonal. It is the metabolic that affects the hormonal of the reproductive system. So in layman's language, something is happening in your system, in your breaking down of proteins, fats, carbohydrates, which end up affecting your hormonal balancing. Something that makes you a woman, the chemicals that makes us women. And then it changes that, and then it brings you myriad of symptoms.
Right.
And that group of symptoms is put together and called a syndrome.
Oh.
Okay. So people who have PCOS tend to have certain classical symptoms, such as irregular periods. So some will have absence of periods. So for about a year, 6 months, 3 months, no period at all. For some will have skipped periods. So you have your menses today, this month, next 2 months you have another. Some would also have continuous flow for over 2 months. They are bleeding every day.
Wow.
Yes. So, and this is as a result of lack of ovulation. And then sometimes there's ovulation and it comes, for a long period. So women who are living with PCOS are dealing with either they are not having periods,
no periods,
or they
extra
have
periods.
Extra periods, long. I have clients who have long periods every day for like 2 months. They are bleeding. Yes. And
when you just said this, right? It just took me back to the days of BC. Is it BC or during Christ era? Is it BC or AD? One of them. The woman with the issue of blood. I always say, I feel like that was probably endometritis or PCOS.
Yes.
But we didn't have a name to it. And it looked so spiritual, But now there's science. So right now that you've explained all this, it might sound very familiar to a lot of people. It sounds very familiar to me because in secondary school, I had a friend, in fact, my best friend, that would be like, oh, my period comes like 2 months. Oh, it didn't come this month. It didn't come that month, Oh, it hasn't come in 3 months. And it looked all fun and, nice.
Usually, we are happy when we don't have our menses, yes. And then there's a sudden weight gain. You wake up, you sleep and you wake up, you have gained weight.
Oh.
You have acne all over your face. Some people have thinning of hair. You are exhibiting signs of a male. So then you have bald hair in the middle of your hair. You have chin hairs, chest hairs, mustache. You have belly hair, like that of a male.
Oh, right.
Because the male hormones is dominant compared to the female hormones that should be dominant in you as a female.
Right.
Yes.
So does it start at an early age or it just pops out at any time in your life?
So usually, for most people, it starts during adolescence. Okay. Most people who get it later on in their reproductive years are very few. And some people have had it since adolescence, but they didn't know.
Exactly.
They didn't know at all. Because I know, when I see people, young girls who have it, I prompt their parent. I remember I met a woman with a daughter, and I asked her, has she had her menarche? She said yes. How old? She said 11 years. And I told her that, so how is the menses flowing? She said, oh, it comes, then 3 months later, one will come. And this girl has dark neck circles. This is another classical example, very dark neck. So I told her something like this, yes. And I told her that your daughter may be having PCOS. So take her to the hospital to see a gynae, to check, do an overall, diagnostics, and then she can start treatment. The earlier, the better. Because most people find out when they are married and they are looking for children. Then they realize that, oh, all this while I have this. Some people never get to know, and then they cross their 50s and all that. So, but now there's a lot of awareness, so people are getting to know that this is it.
Right. So let's talk about food.
Yes.
You understand? Because ever since I started, being, a woman, I realized that food actually is also part of our lifestyle and also causes a lot of things, or actually helps us in regulating a lot of things in our body. So let's talk about food. What food works for people with PCOS?
Okay, so with PCOS, even if you look at the WHO guidelines, the first line of treatment is nutrition and lifestyle. Okay, because of the underlying metabolic disorder, studies have shown that most women with PCOS have an underlying insulin resistance.
Okay.
Or they,
like diabetes?
Yes, they have a history of diabetes or is in their family. And so in a layman's language, we say that diabetes is manifesting in your reproductive organ.
Oh, I get it.
So that is the underlying, So for us to manage or, reset that symptom, that insulin resistance foundation, your diet should be paramount. What you put in your mouth is key to managing PCOS. Now, what diet works with PCOS people? Studies have shown that foods that are high in fiber and low glycemic index, food that are low in sugar, helps with PCOS. Okay, so if you have PCOS and you are watching us, foods that are not refined, like our local food, okay, like brown rice, like millet, like your kenke, your banku, and all that, that has the fiber in them, is better. So our fruits, our vegetables, especially vegetables. So we have a healthy eating plate that will show that about half of your meal
should be veggies.
Should be veggies.
Yeah.
Then I see people doing black and white food, just rice and stew, and tomato stew or shito. You need a lot of fiber in your diet to reduce the sugar content of the food that is coming.
Right.
Okay. Then you need enough protein as well. So you have your whole grains, your vegetables, and then your protein. So a typical example is jollof, that's on the screen, with lots of vegetables. So with PCOS, you don't eat like the regular Ghanaian, where you have 2 bowls of kenke.
Where your carbs are more.
Your carbs are more, no. You have to reduce your carbs and increase your vegetables intake. Then when we come to also proteins, not lean proteins like fish, lean meats, beans, nuts, and all that helps a lot because they also contain fiber.
What about tuna?
Tuna is fish, so tuna, salmon, because there are certain nutrients that come into play, which I'll be diving in it very soon. So in PCOS, there are underlying nutrient deficiencies, micronutrient deficiencies. So omega-3, vitamin D especially. So you wake up in the morning, you have to get the sunlight. Many women in Ghana are vitamin D deficient because we think we are working in the sun. we have the sun. But how many times you walk in the sun?
Exactly.
You wake up in the morning, you are in a rush to go to work. You go to work, you are sitting in the room till you close. So you don't get enough of vitamin D. And vitamin D works for hormonal regulation. That's some of the function. We just know it for strong bones and teeth. No. Hormonal regulation. So we need vitamin D, we need omega-3, we need zinc, we need inositol. Inositol can be gotten from food, but the quantities that we need, we cannot get that quantity from food. So you need to supplement. And not to say that if you're watching us, you get any supplement and then you are taking, or you're on TikTok, social media, and you have to visit the right professional to guide you.
Yeah, because these days people actually sell all these things online.
Yes, the dosages and when to take it, how to take it. For some of them, when your symptoms are very severe, you need to take them. But when you are, your symptoms are eased, the professional will ask you to stop. Okay, and so some people hear that, oh, I need to take vitamin D, I have PCOS, and they've been on vitamin D since about a year, and even what dosage are you on? You can be on a very high dose, which will not be good for your kidneys. So these are some of the things that they should do. Exercises, very key in PCOS management. And every time I tell people, you don't need to go to the gym when it comes to PCOS, because whenever you go to the gym, you are stressing your system, you are stressing your hormones. What you need to do is walk. Okay, and there are PCOS focused exercises that you use your own body, your body weight to exercise, which also help a lot. It doesn't like high intensive exercises.
So like Pilates, yoga.
Yoga will help with your mental, because PCOS has shown to cause depression and anxiety in some women who have them. When it comes to weight gain and body shaming, it makes them depressed. Because you just wake up, you have gained weight, and within a week you can gain like 10 kg without doing anything. You can, just drinking water, don't eat, you still gain weight.
So what advice will you give to anyone having it right now? So for us to wrap up.
And if you are watching us and then you have any of these symptoms that we are showing, you are unsure, you can go to the hospital, see your general physician or an obs and gynae person to help you with proper diagnosis, because there's a criteria. Some people just have hair and they have beard and mustache, just like that. Some people just have acne. It's not because they have PCOS. So you need a proper diagnosis. Now, when you have a proper diagnosis, now what our medical practitioners do is that now the first thing they do is that go and see a dietitian or a nutritionist to help you with the lifestyle changes over 6 months. And then when you fail, then there are other medical treatments that comes with that.
All right, so how can people reach out to you since you are the dietitian?
So I'm happy to announce that I have launched a PCOS Ghana Foundation for more information, education, and advocacy on PCOS people, because of sometimes their treatments are expensive and they cannot afford that. So you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, PCOS Foundation Ghana. You can follow my personal handle, Finest Dietitian, where I give a lot of information on PCOS and what to do if you don't know what to do. So you can contact us at PCOS Ghana or Finest Dietitian. And then if you want to call us, you can also call us on 050-357-6464. And if you want to talk about your PCOS symptoms, we are here to support you.
All right. Thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Finest Dietitian, Federica Sewadoku, who's a registered dietitian and the founder of the PCOS Foundation here in Ghana. Please do well to visit their pages for more information. And let's take a quick break right now. When we come back, we'll be back with more.
Looking for a one-stop shopping destination for all things made in Ghana? Eager to experience a remarkable fair that showcases the richness, creativity, and innovation behind Ghanaian products and services? Then get ready for the This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. The This is Ghana Exhibition highlights the brilliance of Ghanaian entrepreneurs, artisans, and businesses who continue to shape the narrative of homegrown excellence. This is Ghana's biggest trade fair and exhibition, bringing together SMEs, SMEs, startups, research and manufacturing sectors, indigenous corporate bodies, and local creatives in one exciting space. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025. Come explore, engage, and be inspired by the businesses and brands that are redefining Made in Ghana across every sector. Get ready to be thrilled by live performances from Kwampa and the electrifying Inchin Band, adding music, rhythm, and culture to the celebration. The dates, Saturday the 6th and Sunday the 7th of September 2025. Time is 10 a.m. through to 5 p.m. each day. The venue is the Ifo Sutherland Children's Park. For enquiries or participation details, call us on 0205-973-973. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2025 is powered by Channel 1 TV and 97.3 City FM and is proudly sponsored by MTN, EcoBank, Side Hustle by EK Brand Consult, Ghana Enterprises Agency, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, Ghana Exim Bank, and AVV Rise, and is supported by Twillium Industrial Company Limited and Build Financial Technologies.
Welcome back. This is still Breakfast Daily on Channel 1 TV. This now time for us to talk sports. Yeah, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well, Philip.
This morning we were hearing some figures, £130 million and all that. And this evening is going to be the end for the
for the transfer window.
Okay.
Yeah, transfer window. For the main, this is the main transfer window. Midway through the season, we have another transfer window. That's the January transfer window. But once the season is over, there's a 2-3 month period where teams can make signings, augment their team, rebuild their team, and that main transfer window comes to a close later today at 6 p.m. And we have a special package for our audience.
Asking that.
On Channel 1 TV and on City FM. We have a special program, Don't Call Me. And we'll start at 4 p.m.
Don't call me time.
Yeah, don't call me time. We start at 4 p.m. and end at 5:30 p.m. And just as you can see right behind me, Tariq Lamptey, Ghanaian international, he's moved over to Fiorentina in the Italian Serie A. He moved from Brighton and Hove Albion that competes in the English Premier League. And you see also Alejandro Garnacho, former Man United player. He's been sold to Chelsea. For 40 million euros. That's some good money in there. And speaking of Manchester United, coming into the studio, former Man United manager, that's Erik ten Hag. He was coaching by Leverkusen in the German Bundesliga, and coming into the studio, he has been sacked. Just two games into the season. Just 2 games into the season, he has been sacked.
Why do you people like sacking people like that in football, especially the managers?
I think it's, I think
it's such a toxic.
Yeah, it's an occupation. It's an occupational hazard because at the end of the day, you know what you sign up for. If you are let's say in the military, you know that at any point you can be sent out on a mission. And if you are a coach, at any point you can be sacked. Sometimes you can win.
But it's not the coach that is on the field.
Exactly.
True. But I don't
know.
Every time they
the whole
coach,
sacking
then
thing comes with some
coach that is playing the football.
burden and psychological.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, you can sack all 11 players or all 22 players. Yes, including the
So what? You sack the coach, you send a signal.
You sack the coach, you send a signal. Then you bring in a manager who can connect with the players, who can connect with the players.
And if that fails to, sack him again.
Yes, you sack him again. At the end of the day, as long as you can keep making the compensation payments, you are good to go.
Okay, so when you're sacked, you're compensated.
Yeah, you're compensated because you
but
sign the contract.
it's a dent on you.
But exactly.
But
yes.
You sign the contract. You sign the contract. So if I have not run out the contract and you end the contract midway, yes, you have to compensate me because we've signed a deal that I will coach this team till the end of, let's say, 2026. It's not the end of 2026, but you have sacked me. Okay, so the remainder of my salary, you have to give it to me.
Yeah.
Really?
A compensation. Yes. Jose Mourinho recently got sacked from his team, Fenerbahce in Turkey. You look at the amount of compensation Jose Mourinho has accumulated over his coaching career, it amounts to £88 million.
Wow.
Yes. because he was sacked by Manchester United, he was sacked by Chelsea twice, he was sacked by Real Madrid, he was sacked by Tottenham.
But I understand he's one of the best.
Yeah, he's one of the best.
For me, he's one of the best.
He's one of the best.
He's strict.
He's so one of the best. But at the end of the day, some ways because of his strictness, he falls out with some of the players and some of the CEOs and the managers because he has absolutely no problem telling you what is on his mind. And you know, with these CEOs, the owners, they are billionaires. They have an ego. How dare you, an employee, walk up to me and tell me what you want and what you don't want? The fact that you are Jose does not mean that you own the team. I own the team. So if you want to override my rule or law, okay, then I'll show you the exit. I'll pay you off because at the end of the day, those people, money isn't anything to them. So yeah, it happens. So Erik ten Hag this morning has been sacked by Bayer Leverkusen. They were leading 3-1. Against Werder Bremen, and they had a man advantage because Werder Bremen had suffered a red card, and some way somehow Werder Bremen came back into the game, scored 2 goals, and they ended up drawing 3-3.
And that resulted to a sack.
Yes, and resulted to a sack. It looks like he's not connecting with the players, and so the management felt like, yeah, this has to be done. The CEO, before I came into the studio, stated that it's a painful one, but it's a necessary move. And so what that tells me is that, yeah, things were not going so well behind the scenes. And so, yeah, Erik ten Hag is gone. But, yeah, this weekend, a lot of things happened. And so the rundown is that, yes, Kumasi Asante Kotoko, they won the Champion of Champions Cup. That's the Ghana's version of the Super Cup. So Kotoko last season won the FA Cup, and BBN Gold Stars, they won the Ghana Premier League. And so yesterday in BBN, they played the Champion of Champions Cup, and Kotoko ended up beating BBN Gold Stars by a goal to 0. And so yes, congratulations to Kotoko. They've won the Champion of Champions. And last week I was here and I told you about the Galka Top 4 and how Kotoko went winless in that particular competition. And just a week later, yes, they've corrected themselves, their mistakes. They've gone back to the top, and they ended up beating BBN Gold Stars by a goal to 0. And yeah, more news from the Premier League. Yes, Manchester City, all things are not well for Manchester City. They ended up losing by 2 goals to 1 to Brighton and Hove Albion. But on the other side of Manchester United, they ended up beating Burnley by 3 goals to 2. Very stressful circumstances that Ruben Amorim and his boys had to deal with. And yes, Chelsea, a lot of people's favorite team in this house, they ended up beating Fulham by 2 goals to 0. In controversial fashion, though, I must say. Yes, I honestly believe that Fulham got robbed in that particular game because they scored a legitimate goal, but some way, somehow, VAR overturned it. VAR overturned it. And in the post-game analysis, yes, the Premier League match officials, they have officially stated that, yes, that was a wrong call and the goal should have stood. And
but they said that the VAR was not working or something like that.
Yeah, that was in La Liga. Okay. That was in Spain. Yeah, the VAR wasn't working because there was a power issue. There was a power issue at the stadium. So the referee couldn't look at the screen and check if it was a penalty or it wasn't a penalty. And so he used his discretion, and apparently it was wrong because the replays all show that, yes, it was a wrong call. So, yeah, VAR, he has its advantages, its disadvantages. So, what can you do?
You need lights 24 hours.
Yeah, you need lights 24 hours. It's not only in Africa and in Ghana that you have doom. So, in other places in Europe, you also have doom. So, yeah, it happens once in a while. But the biggest game of the round, the English Premier League Week 3, it was a matchup between Liverpool and Arsenal. And Liverpool ended up beating Arsenal by a goal to 0. And yes, Mikel Arteta has come under heavy criticism because of the way Arsenal played. It was very conservative. It was boring. They didn't create any major chances. And in the end, Liverpool ended up getting that all-important goal through Dominic Szoboszlai, the man you see right behind me. And it also served as the debut game for Eberechi Eze, who recently joined Arsenal from Crystal Palace. So that's a wrap on sports. And yeah, just make a date with us later today at 4 p.m. Where we bring you the lowdown on all the transfers that is happening in the world of football. Yeah, don't call me time on Channel 1 and on City Sports on City FM and on our various social media channels on City Sports. Beautiful. So 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. Then after that, we have Eyewitness and continue with the regular programming.
Chris, you have a message?
Yes, we actually have a birthday message.
Chris
here.
brings in the birthday message. Tomorrow will be Akwatia by-elections here on Channel 1 TV from 6 a.m. So take a cue and make sure that you stay with us here on the show as we bring you all the action that will be happening in Akwatia following the by-elections that will be happening there.
All right. So hi, Philip and Chris. As we grow older, our friendship only deepens. Here's to another year of love, laughter, and making more unforgettable memories together. Happy birthday, Louis. Chale, your trip to Tanzania, where my things stay. I love you, bro. More health and blessings. Happy super birthday, G.
Coming from who?
Name not given.
Name not given. Anyway, I'm Philip Nilate. I did the show with
Chris Carter. Thank you for watching and see you tomorrow.